Well, I guess we're going live. Fuck it. We don't need no what's the word for it? 3-minute countdown.
Are we live?
Yeah. You know what? I didn't even set up the little intro video for the 3-minute countdown, and we're right on the hour. So I guess we can just go live right now. Does that sound good?
That sounds good. Let's go. Let's go.
Okay, then. You know what we're going to do tonight? We're going to do the hot entrance. So here we go. Thank you so much for choosing to spend your time with us tonight. Sit down and relax. You're amongst friends. We're going deep into the night. We have a lot to cover. GCW was in Atlantic City on Saturday and Sunday. We have 14 matches, 4 title defenses, and a couple debuts to talk about. So I guess on that note, let's do this. Welcome to Game Changer World. How's everybody doing tonight? Joe, how you doing, sir? Welcome back.
I'm good. I'm good. You know, I started a new job a little over a month ago, and it was taking a toll on me there. You know, for people who don't know, I now do like pay-per-view distributions for the UFC and WWE. So there's a UFC, there's an AEW, there's a WWE pay-per-view. I'm working weekends and helping to get that out there. So a lot of work, so it kind of took away from my ability to be able to watch GCW on a regular, and I didn't feel like it was right to the fans to come on a show and half-ass anything, right? So I've been gone for a couple weeks, but GCW was in my home area, Northeast, right? Atlantic City, my home base, so had to come back on, and as of now, I'm going to be back on regularly, but I'm good to go now. So it's good to be back, John.
Yeah, man. You were missed. During the time we had off, I was able to have Turtle on, my wife, Stephanie. She was on for a little bit. She had a great time. This was her second time on a full show. She jumps in every now and then. But so, yeah, she had fun. And then Screwball came on with me for one weekend's review. That was a really enjoyable time. But yeah, at the same time, you were missed. You have a lot of insight and you look at things a lot differently than anyone else on the team does. And man, yeah, it is good to have you back. I know you're going to have a lot to say about Homecoming. You were there night 1 and 2 or just night 2?
Just night 2. Night 1, I was working the UFC because it was here in Philly.
Damn, dude. Damn, he can't come down to the indie show. He's working them big shows, huh?
Well, I was home working it, but still, yeah, working the big shows.
Yeah. Welcome to everyone who came in tonight. Let me go ahead and get this up real quick. Let's show some comments down here. Let's go wide. Let's go. Yeah, we're not doing that. Let's go medium right there. Here we are. Yeah, afternoon to Clown. Good to see you. Patty Cakes, welcome to you also. El Juggalo, a lot of good news around JCW recently. I know that we recently saw Nick Gage and who was it? Brett Lauderdale coming out of Russo's office. What's your read on that?
It was fun the last time we did it, right? We got Art of War coming up again. I'm curious to see if that's going to lead to something else there again. But shout out to the product that they're putting out over there in Juggalo Championship Wrestling, because that looks like that ending with the commentary and stuff over top of it and the lighting, that looked like a TV show, right? Like that looked like a legit, like you turn on USA Network and that's on USA. So shout out to them over there because that was well done.
Hell yeah. All right. Before I forget, y'all asked for it. AJ and I delivered. There's now a GCW Discord for all the homies to hang out. If you get a hold of SJ or if you just want to see if maybe SJ is in chat here. I also know there's a couple other people that have the link to the Discord. Jump in there. We're playing around a little bit. I also put in there who we're having next week. I just found out I'm waiting for a clearance from the other company to give me the okay. I just found out today. So I'm waiting for the everything going on over there. Okay, till Valhalla. Yes, good to see you here. Who else do we have in here? I'm trying to look through the names real quick. Crow Fairy Tale, always good to see you. The Iceman Drummeth, I believe that's a new name right there. Welcome in here. Reed Harris Cooper is welcome. We love you. No, Reed Harris, you are not banned, sir. Clown, of course. I was just saying that earlier. From Las Vegas, Big Capadon, welcome. Good to see you. Bill Bruno, loved your sign from this weekend. We're definitely going to talk about that. Joe, did you see his sign? He had Dr. Redacted, that's my proctologist, was on one side of the sign.
The other side was the Charles Mason, right?
Yeah, I'm in Charles. Yeah. I just escaped Charles Mason's basement.
Yeah.
I thought that was really
they were
freaking
really
cool there.
Good. That was really good.
Let's see who else we have in there. If I can go through, there's a lot of messages coming through. Casa, good to see you. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be seeing you in LA on September 12th at the show there. We going to be doing a kickoff show. If not a kickoff show, we're just going to call it live from the UCC, and we're just going to run 2 hours just talking to wrestlers. We'll see what happens there. This is going to take a while if I go through everybody, but Ishmael, SJ, good vibes. All of you, really happy to see you tonight here. Deshaun, good to see you. It's really rare to see you over here. Fantastic to see you. Scott, welcome. Okay, did I miss anybody? Kyle, that's the other one that I missed. I thought I skipped someone here. Kyle, thank you so much and welcome everybody tonight. It's been really busy. There's been a lot going on. I review shows. Joe reviews shows. We're going to do that tonight. And if we dabble into other things, I mean, there was a lot going on. So we'll see what happens here. So
understatement.
Right. There's just been so many things. And every week it's always something. Thank you, Valhalla. I see your message in there. I will have her contact me on Twitter if she hasn't already. I believe she has. I believe she has. I will contact her back here shortly, probably tomorrow, just given everything that's going on here. Oh boy. Man, I'm trying to settle in now. I actually got thrown off by the fact that we don't have that 3-minute breather. Everything goes. But at the same time, that was the first time we ever had our like hot intro.
Yeah.
You know, here's what's going on. Here's what's going on. Right on Game Changer World. Boom. Hits it into the intro. So, yeah. Okay. Homecoming night 1 from the Showboat in Atlantic City, New Jersey. There was a great crowd feeling. I found a guy dressed as Waldo sitting front row. Did you happen to see him on the screen at all?
I honestly wasn't even looking, so I'll have to watch that back now and check that. But I guess the saying goes that you did find Waldo.
So I want to ask you, there were a ton of complaints about the heat. Were there issues with the heat on night 2 when you were there live?
So it was hot. It was definitely hot night 2, but from what I was told, night 1 was way hotter. But also, I can remember going to shows at Tremont's H2O Center in the middle of the summer, and that was a warehouse with no heating or air at all. So summers it was hot, and winters it was cold, right? And you just kind of dealt with it. So it didn't really bother me, if I'm being honest.
Yeah. Beastman, good to see you in here. Husk, how you feeling, Beastman? Husk. All right, good to see that. If you have a chance, I hope you enjoyed a good weekend, and we'd love to see you sometime soon. Husk. All right, perfect. Thank you, Beastman. It's good to see you tonight, bud. Oh shit. And Husk. Oh, he must have had a little something extra to say there. I'm sorry. I cut you off, Beastman. Oh, Husk, no problem. Okay, I ran the joke enough there, but that is a good one. So Brett said the lack of AC was because the hotel just didn't turn on the air conditioning. He also said staff and wrestlers, GCW, they were all uncomfortable too. I don't really think the Showboat wants GCW there, and I'm just going by opinion. I've never been there, and I'm going off of what others tend to say. So you know what I mean? I'm just an opinion, and I just don't feel like they've wanted us there since the carousel room. I know recently the Showboat has defaulted on a bunch of their loans, and multiple creditors are now taking the hotel to court. So the next natural step, some kinds can either be a new loan or a new owner. So maybe a new owner comes around and we get a little bit of a fair treatment. Otherwise, maybe we can all take a collection and Cardona can, get the carousel room back.
Yeah, I think that's long gone. Unfortunately, they set up shop with a lot of things in there now. There's a roller skating in there. There's mini golf in there. There's arcade games in there now. At this point, they're really trying to revamp that hotel. I know they just got approved for the second floor. They're going to be doing a virtual casino up there and stuff like that. So that's going to be coming to the second floor. And I believe they just reopened the House of Blues, but it's not called the House of Blues anymore. So they're really trying to revamp it. But I do get that feeling a little bit, the same feeling you're saying in terms of not being wanted and stuff like that. It's just a little head scratching because like from what I was told from some people within GCW, even the room packages this time around were not anything to write home about. They were like $20 cheaper compared to the normal room and stuff like that. So I don't know, but like you know, like GCW is a rowdy, right? It's a rowdy wrestling, but the fans are good, right? They're not these people are going to come in there and wreck your hotel and start fighting and stuff like that. And you can't say that a lot about some of the people at the Showboat attracts, right? Like,
yeah,
there's been a lot of commotion at that Showboat over the last year or 2 years, right? So when you can guarantee yourself to sell out a floor with GCW, it just head scratches me about why you would turn that away.
I'll pull Beastman up real quick here. He said, was the Showboat an actual casino at one time? Yes, sir, it was. Or yes, to Beast, it was. It was a casino. I believe it lost its license, so it switched then into more of a family fun center, so to speak. Do you remember how long ago it was that they lost that, Joe? Like 5, 10, 20 years ago?
I don't remember how long ago it was, but if I'm not mistaken, I believe it was a casino. Then the hotel shut down completely. Then when it reopened as a family center. I don't know logistics as to why that exactly happened, but if I'm not mistaken, it closed and then it was shut down and then reopened as a family center.
Producer Ash, it's good to see you, Producer Ash. I was just going to talk about something real quick. It's good to hear from you. We love you. There we go. Bill Bruno, good to see you here real quick. He said, from my knowledge, they're now allowed to reapply for a casino license. There you go. So is that tied to what you're saying, Joe, where they have that virtual casino on the second level?
Yeah, they just announced that. It was a huge investment they were going to be making. So it's interesting to see what happens there and stuff. But they've invested in that arcade area. So it'll be interesting to see what they do. Plus the water park and stuff like that.
You know what? Let me just go ahead and put this out here real quick. WWE sucks. Had to say it. Bring back Microman. Any damn time. Anytime. Put a title on that motherfucker too. Give it to the UV would be insane on him. Oh my goodness. But yeah, the world title on him, I think would be fun. And I think that'd make some serious headlines. I don't know. We'll see. Veda and Scott on Veda and Moe's, geez Louise, on commentary. Production was good. The entrance music, sometimes I couldn't hear it as much. I don't know. It is what it is. So let's roll into our first match. Oh, the other thing about production, I was going to say the cameras did a hell of a job that weekend. There were quite a few times also they got knocked around pretty good. And I thought that was freaking hilarious, but good that they got back up and running pretty quickly there. All right. GCW Tag Team Championship. This was our first match of the night. The team of Bustah and the Brain versus KJ, Orso, and Sam Stackhouse. Okay, a little under 14 minutes. We have Sam and KJ come out. KJ grabs a mic and says, "You're looking at the new GCW Tag Team Champions." Did anybody notice that Sam was going the whole time when he was talking? Did you see that?
No.
Yeah, he calls himself a silver tongue savant, and Sam's over there going.
Well, there was one point on night 2 where when Sam's coming out and like the fans are kind of like giving him like some slack, and like you can see him like smile and like try not to like, you know what I mean, like be the nice guy and go back to the fan, but like he kind of cracks a little bit. I don't know, and I haven't watched it back on TV. I've only because I was there live. So I don't know if the cameras caught that, but that was pretty funny.
Valhalla said, no. Capadon said the tongue thing is max creepy. Bustah in the Brains music hits. KJ and Sam turn to look at the curtain, waiting for their opponents to come out. Jordan sneaks up from behind and starts beating KJ and Sam with a crutch. Sam especially took some hits there. So I'm going to ask you then, Joe, did the faces just open the match by cheating, or should we call that misdirection?
I call it misdirection. The Bustah and the Brain have been dealing with so much shit from these two the past, it feels now like 2, almost 3 months. You got to get your licks in, especially how the match ended. You know, you got to have them looking a little strong coming out of this match.
And let's be honest, he outsmarted him, so he is the Brain. Right?
I mean, yeah, it fits. Why not?
We were just talking about Sam. I'll go ahead and put that out there for the GCW fans. Casa is going to be having an interview with Sam Stackhouse on September 8th. So I'd have a chance. If you guys have a chance, yeah, definitely check that out.
Yeah.
There were a lot of 2-on-1s in this match. Now, what I thought was cool about that is the tag team moves were able to be used on like one guy because there wasn't two in the way. You know what I mean? So, you know, Stackhouse would go out of the ring and then Bustah the Brain would just go nuts on KJ, or Alec would go out of the ring and then Jordan's in there and KJ and Stackhouse are just thumping on Jordan. Like, that was a lot of fun to watch and really showcase what they did. And since now we don't know how much Bustah and the Brain we have, I'm trying to enjoy every little bit of it I can, you know?
Yeah, I coming on this weekend, I kind of thought we were seeing them finish up with GCW, but now I'm not so sure what transpired this weekend. So we'll see.
So I was going to get into the second match here, but someone had actually said, Big Capadon said, great choice to open the show with this tag match. It reminds me of that first ECW pay-per-view with the Eliminators. Nice callback. Wow. Nice callback there. All right. I noticed in this match, especially KJ and Stackhouse picked up the pace. I don't know if that was because Bustah and the Brain are now sharper and they're on another, you know what I mean? So,
yeah,
all the, the rising water with all the ships and whatnot, but, Jordan and Price are on another level. The in-ring ability is just wild. They're looking smooth. Jordan's drop kicks are still some of the best at GCW right now. We had a Crown Royal bag full of thumbtacks. Sam went through it belly first. How much money would it take for you to take off your shirt and go belly first from the middle rope onto the mat?
Ugh, that's a good question.
Oh man, it's going to be in the thousands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be, because that they're easy picked out, right? I would say $2,000.
$2,000.
Yeah, I won't go crazy.
Man, you know what? Just to be fair, you know what? I'm being realistic because you got to really.
Yeah.
I think $3,000 or $4,000 for me. I'd go tits out on the thumbtacks.
Listen, I'm being realistic. You know what I mean? Like, people are like, "Oh, I wouldn't do it for under 20,000." I'm like, be realistic. If someone pulled out a wad of cash and was like, "Jump in this pile of thumbtacks for $1,000," your shirt's off and you're in those thumbtacks.
I really had to think about it just because, you know what I mean? Oh, here we go. You know what? Everybody in chat, give your price. What do we got? WWE says $5,000 going tits out for the let's see. Undercut. Big Capadon goes for $1,000. Do we have $1? Did everybody else overbid? Let's see. Okay, Reed Harris Cooper. Come on, man. He's got something to him. He'd be somebody that would definitely go. Valhalla says $8,000. All right. So some of us have standards. I'm sorry, but the rest of us here, we got to pay bills. You know what I mean?
$500.
Yeah, $500. KJ covers and gets the pin here. Our winners and new GCW tag team champions, KJ Orso and Sam Stackhouse. Joe, women are screaming in the audience. Fan threw a drink. Both are yelling into different cameras. I told you so. I'm almost thankful this didn't happen in LA because fans would have lost their fucking minds. How did you feel about this match that you haven't said so far? And how do you feel about the ending to this one?
Just to start off, this is what tag team wrestling is supposed to be, right? It's not for individual workers that that are in a match together. These are two teams, and this match really rang that home of like what tag team wrestling can be. Like you had mentioned, a lot of 2-on-1s and a lot of tag team moves. You don't see that too often nowadays in wrestling. It's just four individuals that are in there kind of doing their own thing. So that was very refreshing to see. It's fun, right? There was quite a few this weekend. There was two good like tag team matches that really stood out this weekend, this being one of them. So $350.
$2 and some Little Caesars, bro. That's a
Yeah.
good one.
Yeah. But yeah, just this was a fun match. We kind of expected this, especially them losing last time and this match being announced. You kind of pointed to this and circled it and was like, okay, this is where they lose their belts. So it's good to see KJ and Sam finally get rewarded for the work they've been putting in. But man, KJ is just so fun in and out of the ring. Real quick story before we go to the next match. So night 2, they're setting up the ring, right? Like in between the co-main and the main event. And we know all that stuff that went on with AJ Styles and Avery Styles and setting up chairs and stuff like that. So Jordan comes out to help with the ring. Drake's out there helping with the ring. Like a lot of these workers are out there helping set up the ring when they don't have to, right? KJ comes over while everyone's setting the ring up and puts I think his shirt said ring crew veteran. And he just stands there in front of the ring holding his belt up for people to take pictures of him in front of these guys setting up the ring. And he's just dying, like cracking up laughing while he's just flexing his shirt to everyone. Everyone's just cracking up. But like KJ is he's like, even when he tries to be an asshole, he's just so funny, right? Like he's such a good talent that needs to be on everyone's TV every week. He needs to be seen. And hopefully, he had that tryout recently. So hopefully big things are coming for him.
Well, I was wondering what the story was behind that picture. So it's good that you actually got to see it go down.
Yeah.
I did see it online and it was freaking hilarious.
We were dying watching it live. It was so
fun. Bustah and the Brain get their love after the match. Alec writes GCW with his hand in the air, like Bret Hart style with the, he's emotional. That title run meant a lot to both men, but I could really see where that touched Alec a lot. And if there's anything that's big on GCW, it's heart and love. And I don't know many people, a lot of people talk, but Alec can't help but show it.
Yeah.
I find that nice.
I mean, think about, he has every right to be emotional, right? Just think about, like, the position he is in now, right? He's now an AEW signed talent, and it honestly all transpired because of an unfortunate injury, right? Like, you had the injury to Cole and stuff, and then, boom, now he's in there, right? Like, it's been a whirlwind for him, right? And so I think that was really his time to reflect on everything and like kind of put in perspective what this past 2 years, year and a half has really meant to him and where it put him in his career.
I'm so happy for him. I'm not kidding. I'll step in on behalf that this podcast originally started with Brant because of his fandom with Jordan Oliver. So the reason why this is all going on and why is because of Brant's love for Jordan Oliver. This all started because of that. And then he found me 5-6 episodes later. So this is a big one for us. This was for me, us, but this is a big one for me, especially because he was one of the ones we really pushed and got behind from day one because we believed in him as soon as we had the opportunity to start judging him,
Yeah, no, I mean, Jordan's come a long way from that little scrawny kid back in CZW days, the Wired champion and stuff, battling KC Navarre and stuff. Like, come a long way to see where he's at now, and he's invested a lot in his body, a lot in his mic skills. It's paying off, right? I think wherever Bustah and the Brain may end up, both of these guys have a singles career in AEW, but Jordan, I'm excited to see where this road takes him.
So Valhalla was saying that Stackhouse didn't look healthy because I'll tell you why. He's actually been hitting the gym harder. Check out his socials on, I think, on Facebook and on Twitter, and you'll see he's been hitting the gym hard. What happened was so many good things have been happening to KJ that he's like, you know what? I need to get serious and do this myself. And no shit, he's nose to the grind, losing weight. So what you're actually seeing is the weight's dropping off of him. And the last time I talked to him about weight loss was, oh geez, 2-3 weeks ago, and he was 30 pounds down 2-3 weeks ago. So I believe what most people are seeing is that Sam is now losing that weight. It's coming off of him. And I told him, we didn't talk about weight loss, but I told him, I said, man, you look good. You know, you look so damn good. Just keep going because it'll keep coming off you, and go from there. So yeah, he's doing this for his health, but he's also doing this for his career. He's taking himself more serious than ever. Bless him for that. Honestly, yeah. I want to see him go far. That is a good man who works hard, and I want to see him get everything that he's worked hard for. There we go. Capadon bodyweight transformation go through. Yes, that is very true. And it takes a while. And sometimes the weight falls downward, like from the shoulders and downward. So it will almost look skinnier up top and then keep going down. I've lost weight. I was 345. I'm now 265. So I'm trying to get another 20 pounds to say I lost 100, but it ain't happening. It hasn't happened for years yet.
Yeah, that happened to me this year. I started off this year.
Right.
Started this year off at 330. I'm down to like 305 right now. So
hell yeah, like dude.
25 pounds down. End goal right now is like 260. And then, you know, we'll see what happens from there, but it's a grind.
Dude, it's a freaking grind. It really is. Some of my best weight loss came from doing like a fasting where you just don't eat for 12 hours, which is usually pretty easy for someone that doesn't, what's the word for it? Like I'm not a breakfast eater. My stomach can't handle it. So I just don't eat an hour or two before bed. I wake up. I don't eat 2 or 3 hours in the morning before I wake up. That's literally 12 hours right there. Now I did lose weight. But I also lost muscle mass, which sucks at my age. That's a whole other, now we're talking old people shit. But yeah, so I mean, in the weight loss category, hell yeah. And yeah. And Reed, thank you so much. He said, just don't concentrate on that number. You know, if you feel better, you're doing good, you know? Oh, look at this. WWE. 60 pounds lost in 2 months. Goodness. Honestly, I'm happy for all of you. Happy for all of you. It isn't easy. I remember like a quick trick. I dropped a lot. I used to drink like 5-6 cans of Mountain Dew a day. And by the time it took me like a year to get down to 1 or 2 a day. Like I did it that long so that I didn't feel like I was just quitting. Cause when you straight quit something, you're fucked and you will go back to it.
Yep.
And sometimes you'll do even more. Like you're like chugging 2 Mountain Dews because you're like, damn, I just missed the taste. I want a big old, cup. So yeah, but 25 pounds came off just getting rid of soda pop. Look at this. Eddie said went on a 40-pound liquid. Yeah, liquid diet is wild. I remember that was a thing like 8 to 10 years ago, was like that liquid diet. Vicious, man. Okay. This turned into a health show. Was there anything else about this match that you wanted to talk about, Joe?
No, just shout out to KJ and Sam. The hard work finally paid off, and I'm really happy for them.
And we want to wish them success going forward. We really, really want to see them all succeed.
Yeah. No, for sure.
Alrighty here. Match number 2. This was an 8-man tag team match. We had the team of the Middle East Maniacs. That's Flying Ryan, Sal Mistretta, Leeds Lewis, and Tarzan Duran going up against the team of Put It in Reverse. That's Bobby Flacco, Hunter Drake, Teriyaki, and Jay Lucas. This was a 10-minute match. Okay, so again, we had that match first. What were your thoughts on this 8-man tag match as the second match? Do you almost feel like they did the first one just as a punch in the gut, and then now we're starting the show? Or how do you think this is working?
At the time, it was a little like head scratching, but when you see the card and what came next and stuff, it made sense. It was a good breakup, a good barrier between the next match and that first match. So I'm not opposed to it at all.
Yeah, you have a promoter's mind on you. So I figured, okay, you may have a rough idea of what he was thinking here. It just felt like it was a punch in the mouth early. You know, this is how I'm going to start the show. You've seen scrambles before. Let's show you a title change.
Yeah, no, I definitely think I think one of the biggest things was a lot of people I heard talking was the lack of buzz, lack of promotion for Homecoming, which is arguably your Mania, maybe your SummerSlam. You know, it's like it's one of your biggest events that you have every year, right? And it wasn't as widely promoted, it wasn't as widely talked about as it was in years past. So I think it was maybe Brett's way of saying, even when we don't put our best foot forward, maybe on the promoting side, we'll still deliver a kick-ass show, and then let's drop this title match real fast on you just to show you what we're offering this weekend.
Because it was a wild choice up front, you know what I mean? And with a title change way up front like this, sometimes I always think there's something coming on the back end of the show that we don't, we just don't see yet, kind of thing.
Yeah, because I'm not gonna lie, like I couldn't start the show live, so I had to work the UFC event. So when I started it back at my house after the UFC was over, I had to check to make sure that I clicked start from the beginning, because I'm like, wait, this can't be the beginning, right? So definitely an interesting choice. But I think, I don't know, like, I don't know anything in terms of this, but like, there was a lot of speculation on the crowd turnout and stuff like that. What a way to get people into their seats if they're lingering in the hallways or linger at the merch booth, than to start it off with these four, right? Like, people are sitting down when this match starts. So I think that was maybe one of the reasons, because it's like, it's a statement, right? Like, even on maybe one of our down shows, and that's another thing. People love this shit on GCW, right? Even on a down Homecoming weekend, like people like to call it, they still out produce crowd-wise than most indie companies do all over the world, right? Like, an average indie company would beg for the crowd size that GCW had both nights. So to me, it's still funny when you see people talking about crowd size, when I'm like, we see what the average indie show gets, and it's not even a fraction of this.
Well, the other thing is, what kind of a crowd would collect if GCW only did, I don't know, one show every 2 weeks? People be showing up for that shit, because that would be it's like, there's only 2 of these happenings a month, man. You might want to show up for it.
Well, we got that coming up, right? The next show isn't until September 12th or the 12th. Yeah, September.
Yeah.
It's a hike.
All right. Do you think you'll be working? Do you work on Saturdays usually?
It all depends upon if there's a UFC event.
Okay, sick. Okay. Yeah. We're going to do some form of a kickoff show, or because we don't run all the way up to 8:00/11:00 Eastern. I feel it's hard to be a kickoff show. So I thought about just calling it like Game Changer World live from the UCC. You know what I mean? And then just roll like 2 hours, 5 to 7, and just roll wrestlers through, because we've noticed that once it hits 7:00 and fans start coming in, the wrestlers are gone. So I'm thinking about maybe doing that.
That's the 12th, you said?
Yes, sir. September 12th. Yeah. Ash is on vacation. Don't even try to get a hold of him. Ash, if you were part of hitting up SRS because that whole message thing came through, thank you. And I might as well say it here now. If anyone caught Sean Ross Sapp's message and posted something on it, thank you so much for that. Sean got the message, and you guys could see we are in talks. I'm really hoping that maybe I can add another podcast or two to my resume. And also, the main thing is to try to bring GCW, more GCW or quicker GCW coverage to Fightful. And since I work alongside Brett mostly daily, I can make sure that news goes out to Fightful people first, because generally news breaks out into the open sometime 12 hours later, 24 hours later. You can jump on that news pretty quick if you have the person literally releasing it to you. So there's that. And also, I still have the okay to use footage over there. So we will be able to then show full matches over there also. So we're basically going to take this show and a lot of the properties that are in it and try to implement some of that over there in a perfect world, but we'll see. I've pitched a lot of ideas. In the Weeds would be fantastic. I'd love to do that. I know all those people. I would really love to do a late night Fightful show. I don't think they have a late night show, and I don't know many wrestling fans that go to bed early unless it's for a job. You know what I mean? Like that's how this show got started. Was we wanted to have a late night offering because at 9:30 on the East Coast, most people are starting to settle in and they got shit to do, and this thing's just rolling. So I don't know. I was enjoying Sal. He had the Ray Lewis. He was hitting the Ray Lewis. Did you see that on his entrance? And then he almost slipped and fell on his ass. Somebody had liquid on the ground, but that was fun.
Yeah, he's slowly winning me over. He's really fun in the ring. He's just it's hard not to get like energized when he's out there.
Actually, I would say that I didn't put it in here, but you're literally reading my thoughts on that guy. He's growing on me. I like his intensity. I see good things for him. He shows a lot of personality, which is half the game over here at GCW's intensity and personality, and he shows it.
And then when the bell rings, he actually can go, right? It's not just a football gimmick, right? Like he actually can wrestle when the bell rings, which is refreshing to see also.
Bro, motherfucker's strong too.
Yeah.
Love that.
You could definitely tell he's like the football background isn't like a gimmick. Like a man wraps up when he's going to tackle. So shout out to him.
Hell yeah. I saw more Jay Lucas, and that kind of made me happy. I just felt like there were a couple scrambles he'd been in, and he just kind of sunk into the background. Multiple fly-in Ryan chants. Here we go. He's been on the rise. We'll talk about night 2, but no, we'll actually be talking later in this night. But he was on the rise. Yeah, him and Janela kind of got into a little storyline there. In this match, I honestly couldn't remember who was on whose team sometimes.
Yeah.
Sorry. Our winners here, Flacco, Hunter Drake, and Top Team. 10 minutes long. What did you think about this one?
I think they were kind of tasked with the impossible task of following up that match to start. Yeah. Especially with title changes and stuff like that. It's a hard thing to do, right? Especially because we look at the rest of the card. It's like, okay, what do you do to not become a bathroom break, right? Because that happens, right? And I think they did a good job of, like you said, it was high energy, and at times you forgot who was who and what was what. But I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed all these. It was cool seeing Tarzan back in GCW again. Big fan of his. That man puts in the work. So whenever he can be used, I'm excited for that. And I think we say it every show, but Flying Ryan, man, he's so fun to watch in the ring. Just to watch his growth from like that first Janela singles match to now it's night and day. He's getting confidence in himself. He's trusting himself more, and it's really refreshing to see. I think he's not one of those guys where like he finally grows out into his body because he's a young kid. But when he grows into that body, he's a guy you're going to see on your television week in, week out. No doubt about it.
I brought him on for that interview, and I really feel like that kind of opened him up a little bit. And I think it led a lot of people who were either on the fence or wanted to know more. They fell in love with him. And I think there's a little 1% where I'm hoping that the podcast interview really did help people go, okay, this is a good guy. He's busting his ass. This is somebody I want to cheer on. And he's there. What's up?
How old is he?
I believe he's 20.
Yeah, he's a kid, right? Like,
yeah. To me, he's a kid.
Yeah, he's a kid, and he's putting the work and all the success he's getting and the storyline he's finally getting now. It's really refreshing to see because he's a hell of a worker in the ring.
Reed said, I love the WW4A boys getting that spotlight. And let me add WWA4 girl, because we had another person in the ring there. I believe this was on night 2. and she was lighting it up there. Let me get the name on her real quick. I feel embarrassed. Corinne Joy. Corinne Joy was fantastic on night 2. That was who was up against Jimmy Lloyd.
Oh, yeah, she was excellent. She knew how to capture the crowd, right? She was really good at the crowd work, which really stood out to me.
She's a GCW type. That's going to be someone that, we'll talk about that here soon. I'm sorry. I don't want to get too far ahead. We'll end up stomping on our notes. Match number 3. This is the Till Death Do Us Part tag team match. We had the team of Charles Mason and Slade versus the team of Gabby, Forza, and Bear Bronson, the Savage Gnomes. Almost 21 minutes long. This was 4 New Yorkers going at it. Most of them kind of know each other. Did you know that or did you not? I'm not sure.
Well, I think they're all frequent at Creative Pro, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Mason comes out in a suit looking like $1 million. And it reminded me, I do wish we had more Mason on GCW shows. Slade behind him. He's out in his best chest hair. Slade has been a beast. You saw this work here. How did you feel about Slade's most recent work over at NHB? Did you see it?
I did. Who did he wrestle?
He wrestled, I can say Schlack.
Yes. Yeah, he was a bloody mess right after that one, if I'm not mistaken.
I feel like that night they unlocked another level to the monster.
Yeah.
Like it's like they told him fucking let it rip, and I feel like it took a certain. And Schlack is that person. I don't have another word for it, but Schlack was that type of person that could pull that out of Slade.
Listen, I'm loving that we're finally getting so much more from Slade, and we're seeing him more, right? Like,
yes.
A year ago, you'd see him like once every 3 months, right? And then nothing, and then he would randomly appear, and then so it's really good to see him more often. I'm glad he's becoming a regular. At that last Janela show, we had the Spider-Man reference where him and Chad were in the ring together, and they're kind of pointing at each other, right? So that was funny to see. But yeah, no, I'm a huge fan of Slade. I've always been a fan of Slade. He's just such an interesting character, It's just like I love the ominous, like less is more type of character.
Oh man. Yeah, he's talking about Slade and Chad Mins. So there was people begging on Patreon to have Slade and Chad Mins have an actual match together. But I told Brett, I said that, Slade hit him so hard he literally knocked all the hair off his beard. And
that's right.
He was like
clean shave this weekend.
Oh, he was clean as fuck. He looked good. So I thought it was a good joke,
Chad must have like the world's biggest collection of like Affliction shirts, because I see that man in more Affliction shirts for like the old MMA shirts than I've ever seen anyone ever.
We don't know Chad can't work. You never know. Now let's not talk about how many can actually work now. We're not going to get picky around here. All right. So I felt like in this match, we saw the savage parts of the Gnomes show out in full force. Gabby and Bear are both in leather jackets, and underneath they're both draped in black. It was also great seeing Bear, because anytime I hear someone is laid up with back issues, that's not great. And I was really relieved he had a good night here. Are you the type that when you hear there's an injury, it kind of affects how you watch the match at all? Or
yeah,
you
I feel
just
like every time you're like anytime there's a move that's to that body part, you're like clinching up a little, right? Like, oh, like, you know what I mean? Like, case in point, Ospreay, when he came back from that neck injury, and the first move he did was a dive to the outside, like head first. You're like, oh, like maybe that's not the best thing to do, right? So I definitely think it affects the way you watch the match. You're muted.
There we go. Sorry about that. The Roach, big divorce dad energy with the Affliction shirt. Oh, look at that. You know what? Chad's a good man. He's doing his thing. Hard worker too. Always been nice to me. His kid's cool as hell.
Yeah.
What are you gonna say, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's what it was, Reed. That wasn't Chad at homecoming. That was his twin brother, Brad. Swerve. Swerve. Thank you so much, bud. Thank you. Let's see what else I have on here. Everyone was fighting around the terminal. That's one of the things that I really love about watching a bear match, but also watching, well, shit, a Slade match, a Mason match, a Gabby match. I also like it because we got Game Changer World split screen. Until one of the cameras went out and got knocked out for fighting. I think it was Mason versus Gabby ringside. One of them just got popped. Bill Bruno's sign was easy to see. It said, "I just escaped Charles Mason's basement." He went viral. That was cool. Gabby and Mason, I felt like they had a real brawl. Mason was diabolical. Gabby's face was covered in blood. I loved Bear versus Slade one-on-one in the ring again. It almost gives you chills to see everything go full circle.
The spot I talk about once you're done, it was so cool.
So once they all got back into the ring, they felt to exhaustion, to the point to where they all fell over. Everyone's down. Gabby and Bear had doors covered in roses. I thought that was a really interesting move there. Speaking of roses, Amy Rose gets involved. She actually takes a chair out of Slade's hand, but instead then gets under the ring, gets a bundle, hands it to him, and she runs off. So after Slade uses the bundle, he runs off after her. What's your read on the Amy and Slade kind of love story, or what do you think that is there?
I love it. I think they're realizing now if Slade's going to be a regular, you need to kind of give fans a reason to invest in this guy, and he's not just a lunatic who's going out there and just cracking tubes over himself, right? Like, you're going to come up to cities where you can't use the hardcore stuff, right? And you're going to need a reason to have Slade still on there. And this storyline kind of helps fulfill that.
Bro, a year ago, if I told you that Slade has like a love interest story and he's cutting wicked promos, would you even believe me?
No, I wouldn't believe you if he was there regularly. Like, that's the first shocker, right? It's like week in, week out, he's there now.
At some point, I wonder if he'll ever appear over here. It might happen one day. He's a scary motherfucker, you know?
Yeah.
A lot of people are really sold on him. They're like, he has crazy eyes. He's wicked. I'll tell you this much. When he gets his energy going, he gives me Nick Gage vibes live.
Yes.
I don't know. That feels like he's like that push. Like he is a force, and he's an arrow just going forward. Let's see what else I have in my notes here. Oh, the gnome full of thumbtacks onto the door bridge. I thought that was a cool little choice there. Mason went through it. Gabby pins for 3. Bear Bronson and Gabby Forza are our winners here. They get their rings back. They put them on their middle fingers, and Gabby holds the JCW belt high. Okay, I'll stop right there. How do you feel about everything? How do you feel about the win? How do you feel about her holding the JCW belt?
Look, I mean, they kind of been building towards this for a little bit now, so it's cool to kind of see where this was going. I mean, listen, Mason, like you said, you rather see him more, but it's becoming obvious now that he's becoming a commodity within the independent wrestling scene. So might not see him as much going forward. So maybe it's good to get the belt on Gabby, and we'll see there. The one spot I want to talk about that really kind of stuck out to me, and like I gotta mention this during the show, because it just was like really like just cool, like cinematic, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it was intentional or not, but Slade standing on the turnbuckle, like motioning the Bear.
Yep.
Bear is outside the ring, like near like almost where the merch stuff is, and the camera is behind Bear's back, so you can kind of see the back of Bear's head, but you're looking over Bear's shoulder at Slade. To me, one of the coolest shots I've seen in wrestling in a long time.
Ash, if you're listening, if that was planned, great job, because I can tell you a little plan like that puts something together we're talking about now. And also, that's great footage for highlights down the road. Just one good thought can make something so good. And yeah, I think that they did plan that out. And smart. Really
Cool.
smart.
It was really cool to watch.
What would have been cooler is if they could have gotten a camera behind Slade and shot towards Bear.
Yes. But then I worry the sight vision from Bear's back is ruined because the camera guy's then standing behind Slade and vice versa.
Nope. Slade's holding the camera, gives Bear a middle finger on camera. Well, he's been known to, hasn't he been known to take a camera before, or was that someone else?
That I can't recall.
Yeah, me neither. I felt like he was one of those ones that's taken a camera before and done something with it, but maybe that was Mance or somebody. I don't know.
It probably was Mance.
Mance is the type, right?
Yeah.
Do you think Gabby's going to get that belt off of Mason?
I would say probably. Yeah, I think Mason's getting booked regularly elsewhere, and I wouldn't be shocked.
Okay, you're a booker. Here we go. As a promoter and a booker, I love serious Gabby, and the difference between that serious Gabby and the Nomi character, I think, gives her more depth as somebody who could book, Gabby. Do you think that more depth in this case also equals more jobs for Gabby because she's able to hit that switch of cute, fun family, or also hit the leather jacket, wear the typo negative gear, and fucking bash Slade in the head?
Yeah, because just say you're a random, right, and you're watching a match, and she comes out as her gnome gimmick, and she's fighting a lunatic like Slade. The first thing you're saying is, why do I believe they even stand a chance, right?
100.
Why am I buying into this match? Why am I investing my time? Right? Because that's what most companies are doing. They're asking the fans to invest their time into this product. So why would I invest my time into this when it doesn't even look right? So I do think it's good to have both of those aspects of your character, because if you're doing an NHB show or you're doing a death match on GCW, you can pull that out, right? Kind of like the Chris Jericho Painmaker character, right? When you need to kind of dig deeper and pull out that extra gear, you can go to that gimmick, which I think is pretty cool.
I like that. But I feel like you're like, hey, I need family Nomi on night one. We're going to be working in a church center. And then night two, we have a death match. No, we have a grudge match. I'm going to need the Savage Gnomes coming out and, bring your Band-Aids.
Yeah.
Yeah. 20 and a half minutes. Great job, guys. I thought it was a hell of a lot of fun.
No, I agree. It was definitely not feeling 20 minutes.
Hell no. Isn't that funny sometimes when you really lock into something, time just goes?
Yeah. I agree.
Sometimes quick, sometimes slow.
There's times where you look at a match afterwards and you're like, that was only 12 minutes. And then there's times where you're like, that match was 30 minutes, right? I think like you said, it goes each way.
And I've talked about this before. There's been matches where wasn't it last week or the week before? No, it was 2-3 weeks ago. We had a match that was 2.5 minutes long. And I asked you, I'm like, did they need more time? And you were like, no, they really put everything into 2.5 minutes. I can't remember what match it was.
Oh my God.
Yeah. But it was a good
I remember
match.
The question.
Yeah.
It'll come.
That's all good. Our next match here, Joey Janela versus Marko Stunt. Almost 17 minutes long. I love Marko's entrance. Be honest. Do you sing Marko's song when he comes out?
Actually, he's one of the songs I don't sing. Do you know the song I do sing? Anakin's.
Oh, well, yeah, that's a very easy one to sing there, right?
Yeah. But Marcos is not, believe it or not, but Anakin's is one. And Marcus. Anakin and Marcus are two intros that I can belt out at any time.
Is there anyone else?
Well, obviously Gage.
Who else, not even singing, who do you pop for when you hear the music?
Well, Gage, right? That when that bell hits, especially when you're not expecting it, and you just hear that bell and the crowd just no fucking way, right? Is this because it's not always expected anymore, right? 3 years ago, you were expecting Gage at every single show.
Yep.
Now not so much. So when those bells toll, right, and you hear those bells, you're like, oh shit, right? Like he's here. So
Okay, what would your entrance song be? You had to have thought about this.
I'd be a heel, okay?
Okay.
And I'd be such a dickish heel that I come out to In the Air Tonight, but I wouldn't come out until after the drums.
Dun, 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 dun. And it just keeps playing and people start to be like, okay.
Well, no, because that
coming out?
beginning is like it's like 4 minutes long until he comes out. I just be a dick, and like you gotta sit through that whole part, like just that whole beginning.
I had two weird thoughts. My first one was I thought it would be funny for everybody to be looking at the entrance, waiting for a person to come out, and then they come out the back of the venue. Like they come out damn near through the crowd and they just sit there and they kind of watch the curtain with the people until they realize. Mine was well, this is when I was doing my very little bit of training. I was going to be a Paul Heyman style character, and it was going to be kind of not gangster like, but just Kingpin style. And I was going to have a song called I'm Bad by trying to think of his name. LL Cool J.
Oh,
if you go and actually hear the song, it sounds like somebody who's in a 1920s suit walking slowly into a building. And that's Oh, Mushroom Head, Solitaire Unraveling, Clown. We got a classic man in the house tonight. I'm Bad by Michael Jackson. No, not Michael Jackson.
Could you imagine if that was your entrance song and your entrance was just you moonwalking into the ring?
Oh no, John is not that guy. Let's see here. The Outrunners used that song a month ago. Interesting. We have Surfin' Bird. Good choice there. Let's see. Metallica's Sad But True. Let's see. Oh yeah, we have another one that sings Deppin's song. I like to sing songs. I think it's kind of fun. I think I don't know, it loosens you up a little. After all the stress, you get to just have fun.
Wasn't Speedball's song in GCW Funky Monkey?
Oh, the Brass Monkey song, yeah.
That's a good song to sing too.
Hell yeah.
No matter what, I think it don't matter what mood you're in, when that beat just starts in the beginning, it just instantly like gets you in good feelings.
Do you know if anyone's ever come out to a Weird Al song?
I don't know, but it'd be pretty funny like if I was a wrestler come out to I'm fat.
Yeah. With like the suit. Yeah. You remember the video they had the suits on? Oh my goodness. I don't know. I've had another song, but I can't remember what it was that I actually thought would be cool to come out to, but
you know what else? Like, if I'm being serious, like, I don't want people to shit on me because I just like his music. I don't like the person. Kanye West has some good like intros. His song "Power." That to me is a great intro to come out to, like, just get the crowd energized.
I always like Through the Wire because he's talking about getting his fucking jaw shut and how much shit he went through to become somebody. That I was like, oh fuck, you're getting your jaw shut as a rapper.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? That's like Def Leppard's drummer, like losing one of his arms. Like somebody's giving you a message, Oh, Bad Guy by Billie Eilish has come in now. Oh yeah, Roadkill had to at least once come out to Amish Paradise. I think that's fair. If anyone came out, I think Roadkill would have done it. Love is a Long Road by Tom Petty. We're getting some songs here. I like it. I like it a lot, actually. Okay.
What if you came out to the song from Dirty Dancing and you made one of the fans pick you up like the movie?
Oh my gosh, that could be good and bad.
You be like a spectacle, like your entrance, like Redacted, like he pushes people over. Your entrance is people picking you up.
At 265, that would be so much fun trying to find the strongest guy in the crowd.
You just run full speed and jump at them. You just gotta trust them.
You just swan dive out to him. Catch me. Okay. Match 4. Joey Janela versus Marko Stunt. Joey's been in one hell of a losing streak, and he said that if he doesn't win here, he is gone. Almost 17 minutes, as most Joey matches are. You get a good chapter out of it. You know what I mean? Marty with the tank and blow sign up front. I won't touch that one, but I found it pretty funny. Joey and Marko were fighting outside, throwing each other into chairs. Joey was trying to run, I think. I don't know if you could notice there. Maybe you did, maybe you didn't, but he's kind of hopping when he was trying to run there. Joey was not really able to run.
No, I didn't pick up on that. I'll have to watch that back.
Yeah, it's kind of odd. I actually did watch it back because I'm like, did I see that wrong? And like, no, he takes 2 skips on one of his legs. So I don't know. I thought maybe you saw something I didn't, or
Now I look that back now and maybe see what led up to that.
did you see where Joey's head bent a chair? Like legit bent a fucking chair.
Listen, I'll never I can watch tube, I can watch glass, I can watch barbed wire. The chairs to the head mess me up, man. Still like just that sound is just bone chilling, right?
Yeah. Flying Ryan came out to help get the fans behind Joey, but then Ryan held Marko's leg to stop him from doing his move. Moments later, Ryan gives Joey a roll of quarters to hit Marko. The cameras here missed the expression on Ryan's face, though. I kind of wondered, was he conflicted? Was he happy? Marko gets hits with the quarters. He's down and done. Joey gets the 3, and he's still staying at GCW. Fans did not like the ending or the fact that Joey won by cheating or the fact that Ryan was involved. So I'm going to ask you, Joe, what's your take on the ending? No. First of all, what's your take on the match, man? I'm sorry. I'm getting too far ahead.
I love the ending, right? Because you knew Joey wasn't losing here, right? You knew his career wasn't ending here, but they could have just simply gone the easy route and just had Joey win. But this route was something that no one was expecting. So I really like that. Keep the fans guessing.
Let me put this in here. Iceman was asking if there's we do see your comments, Iceman. So sorry. Luz Pfizer, welcome. Larry, welcome. Frank, I'm going to be seeing you on the 12th, buddy. Looking forward to seeing you soon. That's some of the LA people. You know that LA front row you always see that they dress up in different things. He's one of the dudes there. Okay. How do you feel about Flying Ryan's involvement in all this?
I love it. I feel like he's put in the work, and it's good to see him finally get a legit storyline.
We'll talk about this part in a second. So no, we'll talk about it now. Ryan was in the middle of a huge face run. His popularity was higher than ever. People are chanting his name. He's a hot young star. I was surprised they killed that. I figured they would have let at least what he's worked for play out and then do the heel turn. What made Hogan's turn so amazing was the fact that he was a good guy for so long that becoming a bad person was a betrayal. I almost felt like this story could have been maybe 6 months out and probably would have worked a little better.
So I don't know if they have 6 months. I think that's the problem. I think
smart.
It looks like where we're headed is Ryan and Joey versus Bustah and the Brain. And I'm wondering if they know, sooner rather than later, they're not going to be able to do this week in, week out with Bustah and the Brain. So let's get this done now before we lose them to regular television.
Joe, you need to get to LA so you can pregame in the parking lot.
Yeah. That's like a plan.
Hey, no Dodgers sucks talk in here. We got no. I had to talk about Brett last night. I was telling him don't sleep on the Dodgers, and he had a lot of good points on why they're not doing too hot right now. But
they have the worst contract in baseball
for now. You know what's going to happen, right? These guys. Okay, so they buy pitchers. The pitchers stay half dead until the postseason. Then all of a sudden the pitchers come alive. What's up?
Kyle Tucker has looked like absolute garbage.
What's that about? Well, we won't get too far into it, but Clown, go Padres. There we go. Anybody else want to call out a team real quick? You might as well do that right now. And we were talking about this before, with the playoffs. It's not about who's the better team. It's about who's hot.
Yep.
That's the weird part, because you could have a great year and then all of a sudden your shit falls apart, and man. Oh yeah. Davila said his cubby swept him. We'll see. Oh, we got a D-backs.
Diamondbacks had a lot bigger things to worry about, like a player not showing up to a game.
There you go. There's your Phillies. So Brandon and you get along, right? You're a Phillies guy?
Yeah, for sure.
There you go. You made a friend. Oh, we got a Tigers fan, Detroit. Here we are. We've got a Reds fan. I was an Indians fan being from the Cleveland area, so I get you. Capadon, go sports. He just wants everybody to have a good time. Okay, so you're pretty sure he's not a heel by accident. This was something that's by design. Do you feel this was the intended reaction? Was they just boo the shit out of him?
Yeah, I mean, he's instantly one of the bigger heels in the company now.
I have to. The Rochester Red Wings, huh? We going deep into the double and triple A's? The Saskatoon Turtlenecks. Good one, Ash. Was there anything else about this match that struck you at all? I was actually just surprised by the 180 degree, direction of Ryan.
I was definitely surprised by it. I like the call, but I definitely think it was shocking seeing it.
There, that's my best bird dance. I did my best there. The Lakewood Blue Claws. Here we. I knew that was, oh my gosh. Let's see here. We have out here. We have the Vegas 51s. That's actually pretty cool. They have like a green alien as the dude.
Really
pretty awesome. Yeah, it is like we have one of the better. It's like the Kraken up in Seattle. Like it's just a good. I wanted to say image, but it's just a like a good logo.
Yeah.
All right. We have a 6-man tag team match next. This is our 5th match of the night. We have the team of Gage, Nino Extremo, and Sicko the Clown going up against Claxton, Redacted, Jimmy Lloyd. Almost 16 minutes long. Claxton was kicking a ton of unclean glass off the mat before the bell. I don't know what happened there, but outside of that one thing, great job by the ring crew and security for assisting in this match specifically and keeping all the fans safe. Claxton, dude, he had a phenomenal performance that sadly ended in a trip to the hospital, but I feel like he's gained instant respect. And I think that the next time he comes out, he's probably going to get more of a hero's welcome. What do you think about Claxton?
I mean, he's a legend, right? You talk about like CZW days and stuff like that. Like Claxton's a legend. I was so glad to see GCW continue to use him more and more. Gnarly spot, the blood, pictures of backstage, just the blood everywhere from him is truly like mind blowing. Like how much blood we actually have in our body, right? So, yeah, shout out to him. Here's the one thing I gotta say about this match, right? Like, shocking is what I'll say, because we know that Nino and Sicko are gonna have this huge match the next night. What if that was Sicko that got his arm cut like that, right? Like that match is thrown out now. I was shocked that they were in such a hardcore death match a day before their huge main event.
Look at this. Their chairs were full of blood and glass and had to ask Matt for more seats. The light tube cabin was too narrow and you have to land in the middle. If you land on the side, the taped together tubes turn into little daggers that stab. No shit. Good call, Capadon.
Exactly what happened.
Bill Bruno, supposedly he was lighting and smoking a cigarette when they were bandaging him up and putting him in the car to get him to the, hey man, when you're under that much stress and you're a cigarette smoker, I'm guessing what a great time to have one, because you ain't having one in the hospital and you're just going to be sitting there hurting.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
He was getting his in before they were taken away.
I'm going to run to the bathroom for 1 second. I'll be right back.
Oh, no, you do your thing, man. We'll talk for a second here. I'm going to go ahead and just put you down. There we go. Okay, so Yeah, I really do think that with everything that Connor's done, he's definitely going to get some more respect coming out. I don't know if anybody else has noticed, but every match he's been in, that motherfucker's went through something rough, if not 2 or 3 things, but just the one is bigger than all the others. And yeah, I feel like he's going to get more respect because the guy's really putting himself out there. And Big Capadon said it here too when I first watched him. Yeah, that his first match at GCW in this recent age, he just I think he came off the scaffolding and hit directly on his back on the ground, if I can remember. And it was a thud. And instead of cheers, people were like looking, like, is this guy okay? You know, is his spine, is his neck okay? So hey, it is what it is. The adrenaline was flowing when Gage came out. Sicko and Nino are screaming as they walk around the ring. Nino and Sicko make great enemies. But wow, would they make an even more dangerous team? So I was writing here, you know, in a different world, does any of you think that Nino and Sicko could be GCW tag team champions? And when I ask that question, I think of a run in the style of Los Macizos. So able to have a hardcore match, ready to have a death match at any time, capable and willing to wrestle anyone. I just feel like there's a time, not now, but I believe there's a time for something like that. And that's another story for another day. I would love to see a new hate club, someone passing, you know, not someone, but Gage passing the torch over to another couple people, but it can't be forced, and it can't just be, hey, these are the 2 hot guys at the time, let's strap something on them and hope that, you know. But instant love for Nino, instant love for Sicko. They have, like Eddie's saying here, an insane chemistry together. Absolutely insane chemistry together. Big Capadon saying no need for them to be the tag team champs. They're stars on their own. I think that's fair also. Let's see here. Bill Bruno said Sicko and Nino look genuinely happy and pumped going out to the crowd with Nick Gage. They are part of an amazing moment. No kidding. I think you're dead on this one. It was fun to watch Nino coming out and Sicko, and they're just screaming. And of course, Sicko, that's his thing. He does his little scream, but Nino could not contain that shit. And you could see adrenaline's going so hard. He's just screaming coming down the aisle. And then fans, he's walking around with the fans. He's screaming then. I hope for all the right reasons that I love the fact that Nino seems to lead with his heart first. I think maybe that's the best way to put it. So when it comes to emotions, be them excited, be them sad, be them, you know, full of adrenaline like he was the first night he debuted. The guy's ready to cry. The adrenaline's going so hard. Those are the people I like to have at GCW. Yeah, Nino and Sicko are something special. And I was telling Brett that they remind me of some of the younger guys from the late 90s and early 2000s, where they were skinny, they were young, they would go anywhere, and they would put their bodies on the line any night. And somehow magically, given because they were so damn young, they just bounced back up. You know, you'd have that constantly. And yeah, I felt this was amazing. 3 pizza cutters. I think that spot was fantastic. It was a great moment, I think, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said the word, but it just made for a great moment. You know, you have 2 other young guys sitting there next to Gage doing what he's known for doing best. Gage has done this with quite a few stars before. I remember this with, say, like Rina Yamashita, where, you know, she gets her own little pizza cutter and she had the little bow on it that matched her gear. I feel like that's something that Gage is very picky about who gets to do it. But I think that he probably said, look, these guys could probably, you know, they can get in with me on this one. I feel like they've earned it. So I'm really hoping that that seriously continues. Let's see here. Did I say someone besides Maki Ito? I'm so sorry if I did. All right. So I wanted to ask you this question because we were talking about Gage, Extremo, Sicko versus Claxton, Redacted, Lloyd. Do you think that there is an alternative universe where Sicko and Extremo take the GCW Tag Team Championship?
No, because they're just so fun to watch them compete against each other.
Hear me out. I was thinking a Los Macizos style run where it was more hardcore, but sometimes deathmatch. You're not into it, huh? You like them separate as singles?
Yeah, I just think they're such rising stars that I don't want to pigeonhole them into the tag team division.
Are you saying also that maybe you're blowing two stars at the same time when you should basically space them out on your card and make the most of their stardom, so to speak?
Yeah, I think especially Nino, he's just like a rocket ship, right? Like he's, I just think the sky's the limit. I don't think we need to try to piece them together into a tag team.
Gotcha. Uh-oh. He says the tag melts don't mean deathmatch elite. Oh geez. Let's see here. Those two I could watch fight each other forever. Yeah, I don't know what it is, but they've got something about them. And I wrote it, man. It was cool seeing the Dirty South. Like Southern Deathmatch was really alive down there and represented properly, I will say.
Yes.
A bloody brawl. Watch the match. Glass everywhere. The toothpicks to Extremo's head. Ouch. But Gage was the veteran here, but wasn't moving that way. I don't know if you noticed, but that motherfucker, speaking of, had a rocket on him, and he was just flying around the ring left and right.
Yeah, he looked good. He looked like Nick Gage, right? And it was refreshing to see. And I don't know if it was because he was tagging with two young guys and he kind of knew he had to pick his game up, but he looked good. We had a question there.
Yeah, I see that here. We are actually working on getting some more people in here, and that's someone that we have contacted. I don't like to say anything more than that just because I don't want to blast anybody, but yeah, I've definitely contacted them. I've contacted a lot of people, and yes, I'm trying to put together as many interviews as I can. I accidentally got booked out to 2027, so I have to get a bunch of names figured out so I can clear the schedule off. So, but yes, that's something that is in the plans. I would love to have him on. I would love to pick his brain. I'd love to know more about him and love to see what he's all about,
Yeah.
So this is where Claxton got cut bad. Scarlett's holding his arm while counting 3. It looked like it ended prematurely. Does that sound about right? Because I felt like there was more glass and stuff around the ring to be used.
Yeah, it definitely was cut short. It definitely, ended because of that spot. So I guess I'm okay with that here too.
Same.
But yeah, you got to do what you got to do. Keep the worker safe.
Now, even after the pizza cutter, it was cool to see Nick raise Nino and Sicko's hand at the end of the match here. I think the timing was right for Gage to kind of give his nod because Sicko and Nino have worked so hard at this point that every single match has been a 5-star indie death match, we'll say.
Yeah.
I think that's a good way to put it. So I'm happy to say we can see him here at GCW.
I agree. It's good to see them in one of the best independent companies in the world.
Anything about this match, Joe?
I don't want to say it felt like a passing of the torch, but it kind of did a little bit.
It did. And I'm happy for it.
Yeah.
I'm happy for it. I also want to say this. I didn't see enough Redacted and Lloyd, unfortunately, in this one. And I feel bad because I really do enjoy both of them. So
yeah, I think Jimmy is one of the most slept on wrestlers in the world. I really do. Like, this guy can just put on solid matches, regardless of who he's in the ring with.
Yeah, well, like we were talking about Corinne, that girl on night 2, he had a fantastic match with her. And like I said, I like when I don't like intergender wrestling when it's not believable. And between Corinne and him, they ended up having a very believable match.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to. I don't want to get into it now, but that spot earlier where he just had her on the ground was just plowing on her was that was intense. That was an intense spot.
Hell yeah. Okay, on to our next match. This was for the GCW Ultraviolent Championship, a BFT match. That means blunt force trauma. We had our champion Otis Cogar versus Anakin Murphy. 12 and a half minutes long. Otis doesn't talk much outside the ring. We kind of know that. He does his thing in the ring. It was cool seeing Atticus and Napier along with Otis cutting that pre-match promo. So we still get the point across. Atticus just does it for him, and I think that's the way it should be. Giving full credit to Anakin's version of MCR's famous all black clothes with the red tie. Did you see that?
I'm not even gonna lie. What is MCR?
When he was doing his song, My Chemical Romance, he had the black.
My Chemical Romance. It slipped my head there. I was like, I'm sitting here trying to think like MCR, but okay. Now I get what you're saying. Sorry, I wasn't picking up what you're putting down there.
Did you get to see the barbed wire lightsaber? I thought that was cool.
Yeah, I mean, listen, they get slack because they don't always do it, but when GCW does deathmatch, they do deathmatch right? Like they don't just use abundance weapon just to use it, right? Like it tells a story, and I really enjoy that.
Oh, right here. Let's see what else I got. Let's see. Otis brought that straight razor in early. Anakin took insane amounts of violence and just wouldn't stay down, which is one of his fortes. I actually thought it was almost over once he was slammed on those cinder blocks. But then Otis got slammed on him instead. These guys were hurting each other early 2000s old school style. It was more about brutality and less about cutting. Camera shows that Otis's head had tacks buried in him, and they ended up like zooming in on it. No shit, guys. Every now and then, zooming in just shows how fucking real this is, because from 20 feet, 15 feet away, it looks bad. But then when you zoom in and you see 20 tacks buried in someone's head, it gets real quick, you know?
Yeah.
Anakin uses a Buffalo Bills helmet, and the crowd went nuts. He then grabs a guardrail. Someone should have gotten that for him. A show is literally going on in the ring, and it comes to a halt for 1 minute because ring crew needs to do that for him. That's like watching a stage show of I don't know, Guys and Gals or one of those, and then in the middle, the actor's just like, hold on, and then goes and grabs like a tree from the background and drags it into the background. And no. Yeah. You let them do their thing, and you have the crew grab the shit for that. We saw this many times, and I know it sounds cool, and sometimes it does look good, but when it's in singles match, the guy just disappears, and the crowd, they're all at the same eye level, so they have no idea what's going on also. I don't know. I also like the, hey, whatever, go get this. And then someone goes and gets it, and the fans are like, yeah,
Yeah, no, I agree with that one. I like that.
Otis was showing off his strength also. I felt that this was an underrated match initially. They beat the shit out of each other. Winner here was Otis. I wrote a great match. Anakin got a ton of love afterwards. What were you thinking in this one?
What I was thinking the most in this was, damn, Anakin can take a fucking beating. Like, this dude can just get the shit kicked out of him and just keep coming back. It was like that Tommy Dreamer Kane, thank you, can I have another?
Yep.
Like, that's what it felt like.
It wasn't time for a change, but boy, was it time for a great Anakin match. And I felt same thing. After he just had the interview on the show, he goes in there and then pulls off, like Roach is saying here, an underdog match. And you don't have to win.
Yeah.
And that's what he did here.
No, agree 100%.
Anything else on this one before we go into match 7?
No, I definitely agree with what you just said, though, about you don't always have to win on the W and L sheet to be able to come out with the win, right? If that makes sense.
Oh, yeah. On On to our 7th match. This was the match right before our main event. This was a Chola chain match. We had Vipress versus Christian Napier, 16 and a half minutes long, full stop. Joe, you've seen everything up to his debut. What are your thoughts on Christian Napier?
This match was a slugfest. This match changed a lot of how I thought about him, if I'm being honest. It showed me a different side of him. Right? Like it was refreshing to see, and I'm excited to see more of him. It was bloodbath. It was insane, man. Again, I didn't watch the show live because of working, but seeing the clips and stuff, and seeing Vipress as messed up as she was, I was like, what the fuck happened in this match? And you watch the match and you're like, this is insane.
I think he's a heat magnet, and I think he does a damn good job at it. I feel like GCW does need one individual who can get under everyone else's skin. At GCW, it's generally a love fest. Even the heat, even the heels get love. Afterwards, Atticus could walk out, sign some shit. We all know it's a show, and we appreciate the people doing the show. Napier gets fucking heat. And yes, we still love him, but yeah, we just need that one to get under the skin. I still to this day would say that the fact that they called him the Midwest Menace is just, he's a fucking pest. He's a menace. And I mean that in the best of ways. Nobody else is doing the job he's doing right now, specifically at GCW. And I'm happy he's the one filling that hole.
You know what he is? A great way to explain it is he's the little brother, right? He's the one that'll start shit on the schoolyard and then run to his older siblings, be like, they're starting with me, right? Like, but he plays that role so well.
Mm-hmm. That chicken shit heel.
Yeah.
Yeah, comes in, like throws a punch at you behind your head and then runs off to go get his older brother, Yeah,
because he knows he has them in his back pocket.
Uh-huh. Little asshole. Vipress is the complete opposite when it comes to fan reaction. And I felt that this was why this match worked. She has a jersey with his face on it that says Chola's bitch type shit. I don't know who made it, but I love it. I mean, it could have been Napier that made it. It's fucking funny. Like, it was all ironed on and stuff. I also like that she switched to jerseys instead of shirts. I don't know why, but I just feel like it kind of looks better. And it kind of fits her style.
Yeah, no, it definitely looks better. And listen, we know these workers aren't always rolling in the dough. I think a jersey sells for a lot more money when you're selling your ring-worn gear than a t-shirt would.
Oh, you're damn right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Wild spot where Napier launched Vipress through a chair in the corner, and she literally flies through the ropes.
I was going to mention that. That was crazy.
Bro, it didn't even look human. It just boom right through. And I'm like, oh my God, did they think this through?
And she just laying there flat on the ground.
But they did. That was the spot, because you could see that was, she needed to go down there for obvious reasons. So, and then she cut the fuck out of herself. Oh, no. But I called it Rina Yamashita face.
It was bad, man. It was bad. I don't know how she was still functioning, honestly.
I thought it was great that Napier looked over the ropes and was like, oh shit. He was saying what we were thinking.
Yeah. No, it was a visual that you won't forget, right? Like, it was crazy.
And then I liked how there was a follow-up. Vipress grabbed a hold of Napier from the middle rope, pulled the chain, and then he went through a barbed wire covered door onto the floor. Then Vipress grabbed the chain, put it around his neck, and dog whopped him. I don't know how, I don't know why, but we have barbed wire dice. Okay, I'm cool with it, right? Was that a first for you? Have you ever seen barbed wire dice at a show?
I have never seen that, but I did see a couple people Sunday, walking around with dice, like big giant dice. I wasn't sure what that was referencing.
Hey man, they probably got some for cheap and said, let's fill it with some shit,
That's possible. That's honestly possible.
Deathmatch fans. I haven't seen a thumbtack dart gun in a while, so I was happy to see one of those come out. And Then the pendulum swung. It took 2 weeks, but Napier has now been hung up in the ropes, just like Vipress was. So Vipress picks up some light tubes, and I caught a perfect shot of her grabbing it and smiling with it in her hands. And I think a couple other people did too. But after all that went down, our winner here was Vipress. She grabs a microphone after this match and challenges Otis Cogar for the GCW Ultraviolent Championship in LA. Joe, we called it here first. LA's going to go nuts.
Yep. This is such a hard choice. I don't know, because Otis is such a good champion. Should never lost the belt the first time. Just recently, he's gotten it back.
Agree.
But if it's not now, then when for Vipress, right? That's the next question, right? It's a perfect town, perfect situation, perfect everything, and it's just like, if it's not now, then when are we ever going to put it on her?
So here's where it gets weird. Part of me says, oh my God, they'd go nuts in LA. You know what I mean? Whoa. You know what I also would do if I was a sick fuck? Was I would make her lose and film the LA fan reaction. Because I don't know which one is going to be crazier, the celebration or the fans losing their minds from her losing. But I already know I'm wearing a dark shirt that night because there's going to be liquid on me. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. Bro, it's a different animal out here. They're in on Vipress. They're in on Vipress hard, and we'll see what happens. But yeah, the sick fucking me says make her lose and watch the people lose their minds, videotape it, and use the footage for years. What's that?
Watch the world burn. Makes sense.
And get it on film for usage later. But being fair, maybe there is a big show coming up like Art of War or something. But I'll be honest, if she's going to win anywhere, she should win where she was truly born on the wrestling scene during the GCW times.
And wait, that's LA you're saying?
Yeah. I think that this is the way it should be. I'm a big fan of hometown heroes winning, you know.
Oh, I agree.
I'm that type. I mean, this is the only place sometimes for some of these wrestlers to have their family, you know, and grandma's coming to the show. You get your shit kicked in 4 minutes and you're out, you know. She came in for free and she don't think it's worth it.
No, I didn't even think about that, but yeah, the entire family.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's why I'm saying, like, ugh, you gotta watch that. But yeah, I like to see that. Anything else on Vipress and Napier?
No, I just think that cut, man, was deadly. That was hell of a visual that you see when she's just the crimson mask. It's impressive.
Crow said, will they throw in their beer cans and water bottles like the Showboat did with car? My brother, you've got to watch some LA shows. When things don't go the way we want it gets nasty over there. So we'll see what happens. Hey, John and Joe, Crimson Mask, who wore it better, Atticus or Vipress? Who do you think?
Vipress.
I would say Vipress for shock value because I've never seen it before. Ask me in 2 years. You know, ask me in 2 years. You never know.
Yeah, it was a lot of blood. That's all I can say is it was a lot of blood.
I actually have pictures where on one of my shirts, it was blood, beer, nacho cheese, and something else. I had 4 different substances on one shirt, and I'm just like, wow. I got another one with my little sticker that has wolf like on the chair. You know how you get stickers on the chairs?
Yeah.
And mine was just fucking covered in drops of blood. And I was like, I got to get a picture of this. It was like stuck to the floor.
Oh yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. The little sticky thing.
Yeah. Mine was stuck to the floor because my chair got blown up, and just blood all over it. And I'm like, oh, this is a great fucking picture. You know?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, SJ knows it gets wild there. Bill Bruno, please come to one of those shows and win. And if you do, please come find me. I want to say hi.
Yeah.
You ready to go to the main event? No, we're not. I'm so sorry. I cut you off. What you gonna say, bud?
Bill was fairly close to me for most of the show.
Pretty cool too, huh?
Yeah, he's a good dude.
Hell yeah. Sorry for cutting you off, Joe.
No, you're good.
All right, on to our main event. This was for the GCW World Championship. We had Atticus Cogar versus Joseph Sawyer, 20 and a half minutes long. Sawyer had a welcoming entrance from the fans. His speech was decent. Atticus' promo before the match was absolutely badass. Joe, what was your thoughts on Sawyer's speech, and what was your thoughts on Atticus' video?
I mean, we've just come to expect this from Atticus, right? Like, he's just kind of a step above the rest in terms of forget the in the ring stuff. No one's doing what he's doing, right? No one is taking the time, and whether it's GCW's machine behind him doing it or not, no wrestlers are making promos for matches, right? Like this intense. So shout out to him for really investing in himself.
I'll tell you what, Sawyer's got an uphill battle having to replace Atticus in the creativity department.
Yep. I mean, he's got to see a good understanding of creativity with what he did with WWE and the group he was in and stuff like that. So I mean, hopefully that rubs off on him a little, but he definitely has a huge shoes to fill.
So the match started with some excellent high-speed punches back and forth. The fight goes to the floor and around the venue. They're taking turns throwing each other into chairs, sometimes going into the second, third, and fourth row. Welcome back to the Indies, Sawyer. Well, back in the ring they go. Skewers and Adore were introduced. Sawyer had a fantastic sell on the spikes, looking like he hit his eye in the corner.
Oh, yes.
I wish Cogar would have talked more shit to Sawyer during the match. Maybe he did, and the mic didn't pick it up. But my first question for you, dude, what do you think about Sawyer's in-ring work? Did it look pretty solid?
I mean, he's a WWE guy, right? Like he's trained to be the thing that stuck out to me wasn't the match itself, it was the next night. Watching him be able to find the hard cam and speak to it, right, and play with the crowd still, like, to me, like, that's where a lot of these indie guys are still lacking. And it's really cool to see guys who, like, were there be able to do that, right? Like, you know, immediately find the hard cam, immediately find the roaming cams, immediately be able to just interact with the crowd still. So, but yeah, I mean, Joe Gacy, right, before NXT, before WWE, before Wyatt 6, right? Like, hell of a wrestler in the CZW, right? Like, this man was one of the best wrestlers there was, and it was good to see him back with no limitations and just be that wrestler again. So that was really cool to see.
Did you ever watch any of his CZW era?
Oh, I loved his CZW era.
Yeah.
You know, they had a show, CZW.
No, you're good. I'll let you sit for a second. I feel like, no, I know, and I'm hoping we get that Joseph Sawyer back. Is that CZW gritty, 700, I think it was 700 days with the CZW championship at one point. Maybe it was 500, but there's some wicked number. And I'm just like, shit. I'm remaining hopeful, but I'm going to be honest. Atticus was my dude. And I thought he was giving us something so fucking good. And you and I have both watched his career for years. This is his peak right now. Oh no, this is the best we've seen of him right now. I don't know when his peak is.
I don't think he's reached it yet.
Same. That's why I was like, shit, between Atticus going down and Ryan going down, I'm like, fuck.
Because here's the thing, right? Like, maybe Atticus isn't the biggest guy, right? He's not the strongest guy. He doesn't have the best physique. But that mind will get him, I think, into a lot of places.
I'd love to see him at WWE Creative.
Yeah. I mean, especially now, you know, there was rumors going around that they're trying to get away from that darker stuff because they don't really know how to book it and stuff. Well, here's a guy who can help you book that stuff hand over fist.
He's Wyatt Creative. I'll just say it. I feel like he's Bray Wyatt creative. He brings a lot to the table. He gives us imagination, something new, something different, and that's not always easy to find anymore.
Especially on the fraction of the budget they have.
Exactly.
Right? Like, it's impressive to see what he's able to do with the resources he has.
Well, Atticus is hit with a chair. He's bleeding. We had an unbreakable door. It finally breaks on try number 4. And then here comes a masked individual. And I know it's homecoming. I see a guy who's tall and lean. I'm thinking WWE guy,
Yep.
AEW guy. It's Max Recon. Now, I love Recon, but I'm like, Recon, why you gotta be on some type shit? Like why, you know? But I
it's
thought
funny. It's funny real fast.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, 3 weeks ago, we had someone jump into our chat and say family only. So I'm going to need to check some birth certificates to see where he fills into that family only chain of commands.
Oh, shit. I never thought of any of this.
Remember, he was here.
Yeah.
When you were throwing names out there on who the last entrant could be. And he was like,
no,
family only.
Dude, so he was playing chess with us in here.
Yeah.
Oh my God, the storyline was over here too, and I didn't even realize it till you said something. Oh, that's it. I got to get a hold of Max. That's too fucking good. I love Max for that. Hell yeah. All right, here. So, yeah, that masked individual comes down. Vandal 48 has their own referee now. I find that exciting. Do you remember or have you ever watched a wrestling show that had a dirty referee?
Didn't NWO back in the day have their own refs?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the last time I can remember. I think one of the Mexican companies also, they had the ref who was like paid off and stuff like that, but not as much because I think people don't want to kind of feel like they're stealing gimmicks, right? But it hasn't been done on the indies that I can remember.
Let's see here. I'm looking at the names right now. We have Nick Patrick, Earl Hogan. So we've had a couple here. Max attacked Gage and Vipress. That's wild. Max got some nuts on him now. He's attacking wrestlers and shit, telling them to get out of the ring. I love it. I love that stuff.
Yeah.
So then Max goes to count 3 because now he's in control. He's got the stripes. And then someone else comes out. He hits Atticus. It's Drake Younger. The crowd was stunned to say, you know what I mean? Like it got, so here's what I was told from different people. Some people said it was shock. Other people said like, it's him. Like they were thinking someone else would debut or come out. That's, you know, like I said, from TV or something. You know, and they were going, oh, you know, nothing against the individual. I just think that they were surprised, right? Wrong?
Yeah, first of all, he didn't really fit that spot, right? Like I could see, like you said, TV, like Member of the Wyatt 6, something like that. Like it's a clunky fit to try to fit Drake in there now when we're trying to get Joe over as a face. Meanwhile, he's pretty much cheating to help him win. It was just clunky. But a theory that I heard, I don't know if you heard this, is that the fans were so beat from the rest of the card and the heat and stuff. That's a big reason why cheers weren't going on, because they were just spent at that point.
I believe it 100%, dude. And I'm with you. I believe that too, because I got quite a few people telling me the heat was just sapping the energy from people.
Yep, I heard that too.
So there we go. We both got to the same conclusion.
They were going outside to get fresh air. They were missing some of the matches because it just got to be so hot in there.
So our winner, a new GCW champion, Joseph Sawyer. Fans are pounding the ring. How do you feel about the win?
This is
too early.
It's just very hard to kind of dictate, because on one hand, I see why you do it, right? He's arguably one of the biggest names on independent right now, fresh off his WWE. It looks good for your company to have the belt on him. You know, then you can kind of see, well, maybe he'll take it to other places and stuff. But just to have a guy come in there day one, win over Atticus, who's had such a good run, to me, kind of diminishes what Atticus was able to do.
There's a lot of people there's some fans of it, and there's some people that aren't. I've first of all, these are just individuals. So these are individuals doing their, but as a storyline, I wasn't finished with Atticus yet because I felt he had more, but I did also write online that I know he's sometimes better as a hunter. So we haven't seen Atticus the hunter in a while. We haven't seen him coming from the forest and hiding behind this and really stalking someone. And you can't really do that the same, because when you're the GCW champion, you're the target. Now he can seek targets.
Yeah, who are you stalking at that point?
I don't know yet.
Yeah.
I don't know yet. That's the weird one. Not sure. But yeah, look, okay, let's see.
Well,
so we had
I don't want to jump ahead, John.
Yes, sir.
But Sunday kind of made everything even more confusing, if I'm being honest.
We're definitely getting there, because that's when the shit kind of gets thick. It
was just I think too. I get it. Like I'm gonna talk shit about myself here, because if I'm not mistaken, earlier in this, when I first started, I said how I loved when matches and stories kind of spilled into each other. But right now, I feel like what we're doing is it's too much spilling in. Like, to have it all spill into one promo, like all your biggest storylines into one promo, to me, is a little bit of overkill. I
don't know. I wasn't ready for this.
It's hard. I'm sorry. We were talking about like chasing and who was chasing who and what's next and stuff.
Yeah.
And you kind of thought it was easy, right? You thought, well, Sawyer's going to go on to someone else, and we're going to get Atticus and Drake, right? And you're excited for that because you're like, shit, these two are going to be able to have kick-ass matches.
Yeah.
But I don't know now. I don't know where we're at, because Drake wasn't even out there, right? I mean, he's opening the show Sunday. He's not even out there during that whole calling your shot spots. I don't know where we're headed at this point.
I would have made Atticus more of a menace, and I would have put Joseph over by having him chase the title. He would maybe lose once or twice via dirty ref, but yeah. Brett would keep giving him a chance, because Brett recognized it didn't end properly.
Yeah. No, I don't understand the rush to put it on him.
Same.
Because clearly you've already gotten committal, for him to be at future bookings, because you trusted him not to put the belt on him. So you didn't trust enough to start a feud with Atticus completely. Like, to me, that's where I'm confused at. Like,
it's a missed opportunity. Well, you have a popular champion holding the company. You have a TV individual that's coming in. That shouldn't have been a one match thing.
Well, yeah,
there should have been a struggle.
No, I agree. That's what I'm saying. Like, I see where it's coming from, though, right? Because Joseph Sawyer's gonna be a commodity now, right? He's already been booked countless places, right, since his non-compete clause expired. So maybe there was some trepidation there from Brett in terms of, I can't go into a full-blown story mode here with these two because I don't know how much I'll have Sawyer. But then you put the belt on him. So how much? Obviously, that's not the reasoning. So I don't know.
I have a couple things that I want to talk about with that. When I sat here and really thought about it, I wrote this. I think Atticus gave us a very creative and unforgettable run. The best of his career to date. He was firing on all cylinders, and I was entertained. I like the universe he created and pulled us into. When he showed up somewhere, we felt it. His art showed heart and meaning, and we finally got an awesome homegrown talent. And I was kind of curious why it was changed at its peak popularity, like the Flying Ryan heel turn. Now, just like you were saying, Joe, Brett has high expectations for Sawyer. It's obvious he, skyrocketed him right to the top. Sawyer trained at a world-class gym with world-class athletes. He had access to world-class nutrition. He learned to cut promos with some of the best out there. He worked beside some of the most creative minds the WWE has ever seen, with almost half a decade of experience at the top company in the world, all paid by a billion-dollar machine behind him. Now, including the GCW World Championship he just won, he's a 24-time champion. I want to tell Sawyer, GCW is on the rise. This is a new era. Just like Brett, the fans also have expectations. We want a worthy representative of what we love. We hope to see enthusiasm, a willingness to put on intense matches, and a solid in-ring ability. Now, like Atticus said, I'm going to ask this of Sawyer. How can he give us something new that's serious but entertaining too? I'm not sold until he sells, but I'm staying open-minded about the whole thing. Everything I'm wanting to see out of Sawyer is pretty much already instilled in Bear.
Yeah, I don't know. I think, again, like I said, I see it from both avenues. I see, the name, it's there, the recognition, gets your belt out there, gets to be seen. But then at the same time, I don't want to say like a slap in the face. But if you're a worker who's working every week and then Joseph Sawyer gets released and day one he's winning the belt, it almost feels like a slap in the face, some of these people.
I'll get into that speech on the second night, but there were some things I probably would have changed about what he said. And yeah, looking forward to that. Yeah. Joe, was there anything else about this homecoming night one that you can think of we haven't described or talked about?
I just want to say it was definitely a breath of fresh air because even the lack of promotion leading up to it, homecoming delivered what you expected from a homecoming show.
I really was hoping for more homecomings, though. I wanted to see Deppen. I wanted to see others. I found out later Deppen was busy, but yeah, I would have loved to have seen some homecoming people. And with the AEW situation where we're seeing some ROH talent coming through, would have loved to have seen a couple of them too.
Yeah. No.
Just to give us a little friction. Here's what I mean. And I'm so sorry, Joe. What I mean by this is we have GCW people, right? Bring in an ROH person. Let a GCW guy whoop the piss out of him just to kind of feel like, hey, our guys won.
Well, not even that, but I mean, I'm sure he's already on their radar, but like Atticus fights a GCW, AEW guy or ROH guy and shows out pretty good. If you don't think Tony Khan and those guys are watching that, you're insane, right? It gets the rub, right? The infamous rub, and I think he deserves that.
I think that's where we stop for homecoming night one. Homecoming night two is not going to be the same. It's only 6 matches, and we have already said a lot. Everybody knows how that goes. Joe, is it okay if I take a 3-minute break real quick and we come back?
We'll let the fans finally see the cookie.
All right. Yeah. Oh, the cookie was demanded. All right. Take 3 minutes to do what you need to do. And we're going to go ahead and come back for homecoming night 2. We did it, guys. Welcome back. Let me go ahead and look here. I wanted to just put this out here real quick. I missed the Kirks too. I was listening to everything that Joe was saying, and I put that up. Yeah. Congratulations again on their wonderful new baby. Maybe down the road we end up seeing maybe another new baby Kirk coming along the way to do some deathmatch wrestling. Never know, right?
Never know.
Rick D, good to see you tonight. He said break to set up a death match. There we are. Let's see. Bill Bruno, who is your NGI dream entrance this year? Mine are Nino. I agree. Sicko. I agree. Connor Claxton. I agree. Redacted. I agree. For some fresh blood, Jameson Cook. Agree. Angel Metro. 100% agree. Eric Ryan. I'll say so for right now, just in case there's another entrant. And Vipress, I agree. How do you feel about that list there, Joe?
Oh, well, that's
he put some real thought into it before he wrote it out. That's for sure.
So 8. Yeah, I mean, that's a solid list, honestly.
We'll see how many go in the NGI this year. I like when there's like 12, 10,
yeah,
12.
I feel like a big field.
Hell yeah. Always. He said he did his radar. He did his research. Sorry. Sturdy Sal. We were just talking about you earlier, sir. We were very happy with what you did out there. And we said you're full of personality. We love the intensity that you bring with you. And more than anything, you have a lot of fun. And I think that connects with the fans. But more importantly, that also connects with the kids. And I think that's a niche also for you that works because kids understand that happy energy and you exude that. So cliff notes. No. We said everything was terrible. We can't deal with Sal any longer. We hate football. We hate it all. You know, we also said you were strong as fuck too. So there you go. We could tell you did football.
We said you had good form in your tackle when you wrapped up.
Exactly. Oh yeah, that's right. Joe said you have excellent form when you wrap up for tackle. So you know what I mean? He's probably furiously writing something right now. Fuck you guys. Okay, so this is night 2. You were there live. How was the energy compared to other Sunday shows?
So like 4:40ish, I'm a little worried because the crowd's very light, right? Like I'm like, where is everyone? Then showtime comes and the crowd picked up like huge, right? And it was good to see. And like I said again, people love the shit on the crowd side of GCW, but other independents would kill for the size of Sunday's crowd, right? For their big show, right? Like Sunday's typically not a big show for GCW, right? It's usually got smaller matches and stuff like that, and they still showed up. And regular independent show on a big show would kill for that Sunday crowd. So let's give credit where credit is due.
They'd also love to travel the country and love to put on 70, 80 shows a year.
Yeah.
You know, they'd love the steady income. Things like that. You know what I mean? Any idea on the attendance? 1980 was asking.
I have no idea. I would say probably.
What was that again?
100 maybe.
There you go. All right, let's roll into our first match here. We have, wow, our opener was the GCW Ultra Violent Championships. This was a Tokyo Tower death match. Our champion, Otis Cogar, was facing off against, surprisingly, Drake Younger. 13.5 minutes long. There was glass everywhere. I've seen Otis slowly getting a better reception with fans, and I think the respect level has went way up after all these crazy matches. He's going to be another one, I think, one day that once he loses that title, which may be in LA, we're going to look back at his body of work and be like, that was fucking strong. You know?
Yeah.
Now, a shocking entry by Drake Younger. He came out intense. He looked like someone with the energy of a debut. That's kind of what I saw, was someone with a lot of energy trying to have a good debut. Someone in GCW's Patreon said it, and I'll say it too. Otis was actually the right opponent for Drake. If you're a deathmatch fan or you watch more than GCW, you know they're familiar with each other and would possibly Otis could be the one to help him get into his groove if he was nervous or if he was just finding his footing. Otis took a healthy ass whooping for a couple minutes there. The match went back and forth after that. I will never tell him how to do his job, but I wish there was less obvious gigging by Drake. Respectfully, just he was openly, you know what I mean? I'm like, well, with the camera here and with the tough, fans are a little tough here. Hide it just a little more.
Yeah.
Drake came off as someone who could give us more quality, solid death matches that could help younger talent. The spot with all the tubes on Otis was dangerous. If one tube was angled wrong, oh boy. Otis was an artist with his racer. I don't know how many tubes were used, but I'm guessing in this match, 100 to 200, Joe. Is that right?
Yeah, that's probably close. They used every fucking tube possible.
Otis hits his moonsault somewhat low, and that shit was scary because I'm pretty sure his face.
Yes.
Yeah, it looks like it was like noggin first before his chest hit, his chest.
Yes.
Bro, that shit was scary. You never want that to go wrong.
Yeah, that was crazy. That was crazy.
But I mean, overall, both put on a solid match. Our winner here and still GCW Ultra Violent Champion, Otis Cogar. So how did you feel about this one? 13 and a half minutes long. Both were shot out of a cannon, I think.
Was definitely not expecting to see this match at a GCW show. However, hell of a match. Both guys killed it. Otis is one of the best death matchers in the world today, and Drake is one of the best deathmatch wrestlers ever. That's not like a fib. And so it was good to see these guys go out there and just kill it and let everyone kind of remember what GCW is and what they're all about.
Well, then after the match here, Drake ends up getting on the mic. He puts over everyone that works hard to make GCW work, from the ring crew to the talent in the back, production, so on and so forth. He also issues an apology. If you want to say anything about it, that's fine. For me, I just review wrestling. Also, for me personally, people are so divided that I know there's going to be a new problem come along next week. I'll just wait for that one. I don't want to, I actually am peace and love. So yeah. I stay out of it. I'm also not I'm a pacifist, so I don't touch any of this at all. It's up to you.
So I'll say something.
What's that?
I'll say something on it.
Yeah, I want to respect your personally your opinions.
Yeah. So, I've worked 3 or 4 shows probably over the past couple of years that Drake has been on. And I had the chance, because some of the stuff that was said and done and feelings that were expressed from his half were horrible, right? They were vile, disgusting things that had people acting on things he said. People could have got hurt, right? So let's get that out of the way first. I am in no way condoning anything he said, anything he did, how he made any of the workers feel like he worked at the time, because it's horrible, and I don't feel like that at all. I don't agree with anything he said. With that being said, I had the chance to work a couple shows with him and kind of pick his brain and stuff. The first thing he said to me, like when I asked it, he was honest with me about it, right? First thing he said to me was, I fucked up, right? Like, listen, he's like, was in a crazy place. The world was in a crazy time, and I like it the best of me. He admits that he got in too deep and messed up, and he's a changed man now. And here's my thoughts on that. People keep talking about he made donations and stuff like that, and that's not enough. And I agree. Like, we shouldn't just welcome him back with open arms and be like, "Hey, you're forgiven. All is gone." But I haven't seen anyone yet come up with a solution as to how do we forgive him and move on and, see if he is a changed person. Like, how do we take that next step is my question. Like what is a worthy outcome to prove that, right? Because it's been what, 5 years now, right? And I don't know what that next step looks like. I don't have a solution as to how we prove that he truly is sorry. Um, but I just don't know. And I just see a lot of people on Twitter right now talking about, well, what he's doing isn't enough. But then I need someone to come up and say what would be enough to kind of get over this, let him prove that whether he is a change man or isn't a change man. You know, I just don't know. And I see Reed here, we're saying actual accountability. But what does that look like at this point, right? Like, what does actual accountability look like? Because he's lost a great job at WWE, you know, and talks about that a lot and stuff. I just don't know, like, physically what he can do to get over that, you know, and get past that. No, I know what you're saying, Reed, but I'm asking you, like, what do you think that looks like, right? Like, what does, like, he sat there in the ring and pretty much in front of everyone admitted what he did was wrong and stuff like that. And I know some people felt like it was half-hearted. And I get that, yeah. But I think, unfortunately, in that case in point, in order to admit what he did was wrong, I think he has to address it piece by piece. And I don't think live in the ring is a place to say, this was said, I was wrong. You know, I don't know. It's just a hard situation. I just need to know, like, if we're gonna move forward with him, what needs to be done to, like, be okay, like, at least to not tune out this product, right? Because there's excellent workers here, and I see people canceling their Triller accounts now and telling us that they're gonna cut off GCW and no longer watch them. That's not fair to the Anakins and the Otises and the Atticuses and, you know, the Vipresses who are there week in, week out, busting their ass to lose you, you know, for this. So there needs to be some kind of middle ground here where we can say, okay, this would need to be done in order to get past this.
I have an idea. Joe, you and I kind of talked about it a little. I don't know where it's going to go just yet, but I want to hear some fan opinions, listener opinions. If I were able to sit down with him and collect all the questions from people have of him, and I'm able to have him address those individually, I believe I could do it. Do you guys think that maybe I could get him for an hour or so and get to the bottom of those issues? I want to know what you guys have to say, because I feel like, as someone who doesn't have either side, I believe I'm able to call it down the middle.
Yeah.
And just so if he says something, it's my job to not, you know, lean into it one way or the other, but to just give an interview. Will he? Unsure. Unsure.
I think he would, because I think it would go a long way with the fans. Here's what I would say to that, and we kind of talked about it a little bit. He has to be honest, real, and willing to dig in to what happened, right? Like, he can't just skate by it and be like, I made mistakes, I'm a changed man, right? Like, no, you have to address it head on, what you did and what was said and the rumors that were spread about you. And I think if he was able to do that and kind of show how he's changed from that, I think that goes a long way. But you can't just skate by and be like, I did some bad things in my past. But you know what I mean? Like, if he's willing to come on and talk with you and actually address it head on, I think that would go a long way. A long way.
Yeah. And Crow said, just don't do it in the ring. I think this might be a place where someone might be able to at least have a platform to be heard. And like I said, I have no problem listing any and all questions if he's down, and try to get fully what's going on. And if the individual is really seeking retribution, peace in any way, shape, and form, I feel like this could be a good platform, or Patreon could be a great platform for him to go on and tell his side of the story without a 5-minute timer on the microphone or anything. I also want to make others happy that this is actually, that's what the talk is right now. This may very well be Brad, like two friends, those two sitting down, I mediate and just ask questions that fans want to know. Yes, that's basically at Casa. I just want to have a place where questions can be asked cleanly, answers can be given cleanly. We can see the individual as they think, as they're, and at the end of it, listen, guys, I'm so sick of bullshit. I would put up 3 hours if this could all just stop one way or the other. I just love
John.
peace. I just love peace.
Something, because this is interesting here. And
which one? I'm so sorry.
1980 in HD.
Okay, one moment. Is this one here? I need him to explain opposing masks for school children, things like that.
So I guess my question is, if he was to do this interview, right?
Yes.
Would you want to get into specifics as to like why he felt this way, or
yes.
what
yes.
he's doing to separate himself from that?
Both.
Okay.
I want people at the end to say, I got 95% of what I needed to hear. Whether I agree or not is another story, but I asked questions and John answered them for me.
Yeah, and what you just said is, and again, I don't want to tell anyone how to feel. I'm not trying to tell anyone how to feel, but what you just said makes a lot of sense. But at the same time, I think if he comes on the show and he explains, this is just my thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Because it took a while for me to accept, like being able to watch his matches and cheer and stuff again, because some of the stuff was horrible, right? It was bad stuff, right? And like, never condone any of that. But if he comes on there and he explains his thought process and how he's distanced himself from that and the steps he's taking to do that, at that point, I don't think people should be able to say, "Oh, well, I don't like that response." And if he's willing to lay it all out there, I think we need to accept and then see if he's truly going to take these steps, right? Like, at that point, if he's able to lay it all out there, I think that should be enough to then say, okay, well, let's see if you're actually going to do it, right?
I just look at it like I've touched so many people's lives. There's a lot of people who mean a lot to me. If I fuck up tomorrow, you guys aren't going to be like, hey, man, talk to me about this. What the fuck happened? Like, people are just going to dismiss me like this. Like, that actually hurts a little because, so I'm just, if I can be, what's up, buddy?
We've seen it today happen.
Yeah. So I'm just,
you see it?
Yeah.
Dustin Rhodes?
Yeah. And I just want peace.
Yeah, like, listen, for people who don't know, he put a heart emoji on a picture of someone with a gun telling Muslims to come at her, pretty much, almost insinuating like, if you come here, she's gonna shoot you, right? And he put heart emojis. His response was, I didn't realize what the picture was. I only saw the gun. Bullshit. And then people started hounding him, and rather than attacking it head on, he doubled down on the I didn't realize what the picture was. And then he pulled the victim card and was like, maybe I'm going to be done here for a little while because I can't take the hate and stuff. If you mess up, you need to attack that shit head on. I fucked up. This is not how I feel, right? Like, just to say, oh, I know what the picture was, to me, is not what you do, right? And that's why I think you need this interview with him, so it's not that 5-minute in-ring where you couldn't really address the shit, and let him address it, right? Like, you need to address it head on. You messed up. Own it, move on, and hope people accept that.
And respectfully to a lot of the people in here, I think I can get in depth enough to where I feel like I could maybe be able to branch and ask enough questions that most people would feel like they were at least heard. They may not like the answers, but at least they feel they can be heard.
Yeah.
And I think that's fair. And like I said, like, if I fucked up, are all these people that are nice to me going to treat me like this? And I'm not going to have an opportunity to like say what's going on or what, I don't want to be treated like that.
So one of the common questions here, one of the common responses is the paywall Patreon. Is it possible that we can get it possibly uploaded also, if it is something that's able to be done?
Unless absolutely it is able to be done. As I right now, initially, we're just trying to see if we can set up an interview and go from there. We'll see how busy he is. My process is, let's collect questions from the people that need answers the most. The people who really want to know something, they deserve answers first. And I want to get those answers for them. So if they have an issue or if they have a problem, whatever it is they feel, they're clear in it.
Yeah.
This guy said this. I don't agree. That's it for me. This guy said this. Now I understand. You know, he may have said this. Okay. I just want to provide clarity. I don't want people upset with each other. It hurts my heart. It hurts my heart to see people say anything. I hate to see people, you know, upset. This is just shitty, you know, Shakespeare theater, guys. It's just dudes in tights pretending they're funny and pretending they're tough and pretending they're fighting. Like, man, I always wondered if people did this in bars back in the day. Like, yeah, Rufio, he was this, and Marcrucio, I can't believe you're a Romeo guy. Oh my God, Romeo was such a, you know, and then two dudes are fighting outside, talking about where each other lives and threatening each other over Romeo and Juliet. Like, that's what we're doing here. With me, I go to work. I come home, I watch a show, I do the notes, I get on here, you know, and then I'm done. There's no emotional attachment. Like, oh my God, I'm not going to bed with this. Like, I didn't lose sleep over this. Joe, I hope you didn't either, brother. You know?
Well, I didn't lose sleep over it, but it did, you know, I was upset that some people were so hurt over it and they felt like portrayed by this company, because I love this company.
Yeah.
And so, like, you know, I don't want anyone to feel like they've been marginalized or shut out because of this signing, right? Like, I don't know. It's a weird situation because the wrestler, right? Again, we need to hear everything and stuff like that. I had the chance to talk to him and kind of get him to air it all out there, and I've heard everything he said, and it felt genuine to me. But that was my opinion, and everyone has the right to their own opinion. However, the wrestler in the ring, I was a fan of, right? So it hurts me to see people who feel like they're now being pushed aside because they were in the communities that were affected by the things that he was saying, right? And so, because that's not what GCW is, right? GCW is all about being equality and everyone's welcomed and stuff. So it feels like people are saying GCW is taking 10 steps back here, you know, and the big gay brunch and stuff like that were all just money grabs. And that's not true. You know, that's not true. And so I just wish there was able, like you said, a way to get out there and everything on the table and, you know, prove, like, even Brett, I think it's good even if Brett talks, you know, like, just to get it all out there. Like I do still, like, you know, cherish all these communities, and I'm not trying to shit on these communities, but like Brett said it last night, he believes in his heart of heart this man changed, and the only way to prove that is to give a chance and see, right? This is America at the end of the day. So I don't know, it's just a hard situation overall.
I hurt seeing people upset, especially in the family.
Yes.
So I will do what I can, if available, to try to bring more peace into this. We'll go from there. I'll see what happens. I'm going to put my full ass behind it if I can. I have some extra time in the next week or two, given the GCW's off. If I can shake the tree and make it happen, then I will do so, for him, for all of us. And I actually do internalize this shit. So for me too, I hate this, man. Y'all get along so well, you know, and to hear people differ on such things is just, oh. So whatever it takes, guys, I'll do what I can.
Yeah, because
the
Crow's comment, right? Like, he
which one? I'm so sorry, sir.
The last one. He has LB Crow.
Oh, Crow here says, I mean, for God's sakes, GCW has the LGBTQ plus community wrestle on a daily basis. How many other big indie promotions allow that?
Well, and I don't want that community to feel like they're now shut out from the company because of welcoming him back in. And I feel like right now there's a lot of people in that community that feel like they've been pushed aside and Brett kind of picks sides. That's what I've been reading on Twitter is a lot of people feel like sides have been picked and lines have been drawn. And I feel like that interview would be able to kind of lay that to rest.
Fingers crossed. I do know that next week it'll be a new problem. And the week after that, it'll be a new, Avery Styles was hot a week before this. And now all of a sudden it's this one. And the week before
Did you
that
guys
was
wrestle on this
Orange
show?
Crush. Like there's always a fire, but it's a new fire. And I've actually told Brett a couple times, I absolutely do not envy your fucking job because holy shit, dude, as a promoter, there's always a fuck up somewhere that's making it look bad on you also.
Yeah, so I'll peel back the curtains a little bit. I won't use names, but I helped book a tournament. We had a name who wrestled on GCW this weekend in a prominent role. He was booked to win the tournament. 3 a.m., get a message, car broke down, rod through the engine, not going to be able to come to the tournament. Literally that morning, we're rebooking the entire tournament because your champion just canceled his booking, right? Like how do you do that, right? So it's adapting on the fly is definitely a big thing, but yeah, I don't know. It's just such a hard situation, right? Like such a hard situation, and I don't know. It's I don't know.
You're dealing with wrestlers, and we kind of all know that they're contractors, and sometimes they show up, sometimes they don't. Some are very responsible, others are him-haw,
Yeah.
It makes it difficult on responsible people, though, is what you're saying.
Yeah. So, but back to this, it was funny. Funny thing about this is, so that main event on Sunday night, Drake actually came back out after his match with Otis and helped set up the ring. And I don't know if you know Joe Baszler. He's a long time. He actually took a picture of Drake setting up the ring, posted on Instagram, and tagged AJ and Avery Styles and said, even the vets set up rings.
Of course. That's so indie, doing a little poke right there. I love it.
So yeah, it was pretty funny, but yeah, like definitely try to set that up. I think it will go a long way.
I whatever brings peace, whatever gives people answers, and holy shit, if both sides feel a little happier than they were before, if everybody sleeps a little easier, I think it's all for good. We'll see what happens. I don't know how many others are in this position to do so. So if it's going to be anybody, might as well,
Yeah. And I think having Brett on there, I think
it's going to be
able to extract the truth, right? I think you kind of mediating it would be able to have an open discussion where both guys are open and honest about truly what it is. Because I know we heard last night from Brett in terms of why, but I also know, like, Mania Philly, for example, just to peel back the curtains a little bit. I mean, I remember I was constantly in your chats around that time because that's when Drake came back to wrestling and was pounding when you had Brett on your show here when I was still just a fan. We want Drake versus Gage. We want Drake versus Gage. And I always noticed the comments were being skipped, but I know for a fact that Drake was at the Collective trying to get back into GCW. And at that time, Brett was just like, not the right time. It's not the right time. So I'd be very interested to see what transpired in those 2 years that now it's the right time. That would probably be my first question to Brett.
You're actually telling the truth. Yeah, he was back there. And yeah, I'd like to know. And I think that's a good one worth asking.
Yeah, it's just listen, I'm a man of second chances as long as you prove that you're worthy of the second chance. So let's see what he says, not when he's on a timer, not when he's on live TV, right? And see what happens.
All right, then let's get into match 2 of 6, 2 of 6. This was our Summer Sizzler 9-way scramble. We had Sal Mistretta, Bobby Flacco, Grayson Pierce, Hunter Drake, Jermaine Marbury, and the Ball, Jimmy Darren, Junie Underwood, Ryan Mooney, and Tyler Stevens. A very short 7-minute match. I have that I love the intros and the music. Did you like how they kind of introduced them one by one?
It threw me off so much with the NFL music and stuff playing. Like, me and my eventually like, what the hell? I do have to say though, it was my son's first time seeing Marbury in person
Oh, yeah.
with the ball and stuff. So he was getting a good kick out of that. It was really funny to see him get a good laugh out of that. So that was cool to see.
I would 100% find something cheap for that ball to carry. And then when he sees a kid, he just like gives him a lollipop or something, like just something small. Dude, that'd be so cool, right?
I didn't realize how big Marbury was. He's got a big frame on him.
No shit.
He can move. Yeah, he's pretty good.
Also, I want to give credit to the basketball for staying out of the way and
Benny.
not blocking the
Sorry,
fan
guys.
views.
Benny.
Benny the ball. Sorry, guys. I didn't know. Now I know.
Well, Reed's getting on me saying the ball has a name, Joe.
You know what, Reed? I'm happy you're back in form here, riding everyone's ass and giving us love. If anybody ever catches any shit from Reed, trust me, he's having fun. He's a good dude for sure. Sturdy South sports are football, baby. Sports are back.
Out the South too. He was out there helping set out the ring too.
Hey Sal, who's your NFL team? Joe, you a Philadelphia Eagles guy, or who you got?
Sure, for sure.
I had to ask. I had to ask.
I serve beer at the link. I gotta be an Eagles fan.
Oh man. Okay. Then you can slide.
Who are you?
I actually, coming from Cleveland, I was a Browns fan until they left. And I'm okay. I'll tell you a story. I basically, when I was a kid, I was like, damn, I'd love to watch football with my kid, like I do with my dad. Thought that was the coolest shit. Cleveland leaves and goes to Baltimore. I lost my team. That hurt. I didn't watch football for a couple years because of it. I move out to Vegas in 2003. I watch football every now and then. Actually, the Eagles were hot then. McNabb was incredible, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I grew up on Cunningham and I watched McNabb. So I kind of, the team was always a pretty good team. And my son was like, Dad, I love the color purple. I'd like to watch some football. Can we watch the Ravens? No shit, Joe. I got my wish. 40 years later, I get to sit down and watch my old football team with my son.
That's
just
crazy.
Because he likes the color purple. And now every year we sit down, I got the YouTube package, and just like me and my dad, football and wrestling are the two things we sit down and share together.
That's crazy. So that's pretty cool. My son, he's not quite in the football yet. He's really a big baseball guy. So we get to sit down and watch baseball together. I'm hoping in this year I can kind of get him in the football. He just turned 9, so it's kind of the age where you kind of get into watching it. So we'll see.
You know what? I should have known by the jersey. He's a Jets fan. That poor bastard.
Geno Smith, round 2.
Here we go. All right. What else we have? We have a Patriots fan. SJ, we got them Winnipeg Blue Bombers. I always thought it was crazy that they have the goalposts in front, because there's got to be a whole reel of dudes hitting that post.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like someone had to have clipped it hard at least once. Also, Crow Fairytale is true. Reed is harmless. He is all love.
Oh, yeah. I got to meet Reed a couple times. He's a great guy.
All right, then. Tyler Stevens, his height struck me. Like, anytime I see a tall guy, I'm like, that's somebody probably worth having in the ring. I watch a little extra because height isn't everything. He was pretty solid.
Height isn't everything.
Jimmy's gear gives me Spider-Man vibes. I don't know if anybody else saw that. Maybe that was the intention. It also gave me not Bubble Boy. What was the other guy?
The one guy was Sky High.
I'm trying to think of his name though. Who's the guy from SpongeBob? It was so Jimmy. I think it was Jimmy Darren. I'm going to go back through my notes right now. Yeah, Jimmy Darren had gear, and it was red and blue. It literally looked like Spider-Man.
No, it was Sky High.
Oh, okay. Help me out here.
He was in. It's a Disney movie where it's a high school about superheroes.
Is that the one with the boy and the girl? No.
It's got Kurt Russell.
Huh.
Kurt Russell's the dad. Literally, when he was announced from Sky High.
Casa, Thank you so much, sir. I'm going to go check it out here in a little bit. And I will tell everybody, just like before, donate with the PayPal thing up there. YouTube takes 50%. And you guys know how PayPal works. It's better to just hit me straight with the money. If you send me $50, like I said, I'll get you a bracelet. You just have to hit me up and I'll show you the colors and you give me an address. So that's okay. So there we go. Cause I'm old. I was thinking Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
Sky High is it's not like super old. It's 2005.
Oh man. Yeah, I'm going old school with Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
I think Shark
Grayson
Boy and
Pierce.
Lava Boy is newer than Sky High.
Are they? Oh shit. You're gonna prove me wrong on this one, aren't you? You know what?
Same year.
No shit, really.
Yeah.
A lot of that was like right around when my kid was born. So I ended up watching, like, I fell in love with cartoons again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like SpongeBob and everything. It's so cool to fall in love all over again.
That's the best part is like now my kid will finally sit down and like watch movies like from the beginning to end. So showing him all the movies I grew up on when I was his age is the best.
George Lopez in that movie is unhinged. Oh shit.
Oh yes, he's the teacher with the
yeah. Reed, yeah, he's saying literally the same year. No kidding. All right.
If you get a chance to look up Sky High, it'll make sense what his outfit, because when he was introduced, he was literally introduced from Sky High.
Huh. Okay. Yeah, that went way over my head. Thank you.
The gloves,
Grayson.
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Reed said 1 month apart. They were literally released 1 month apart. Okay, Reed, which one's older? Fuck it. Let's see now. I'll keep rolling while you come up with that answer, brother. Grayson Pierce put in some work this match. He's also good at showing emotion. His facial expressions were fantastic. Good seeing Hunter Drake. I know he's only appeared, this was his third time. I loved his top rope work here. There was a team move that went down just fantastic. And then I feel like I'm repeating myself, but I'm going to say it again. Sal's intensity. It's a lot of fun to watch. It goes over well with the kids. It translates even with adults. They love the fact that he just loves what he's doing and he shows it. Yeah, our winner here was Sal Mastretta. I believe this is his second Scramble win. Don't quote me there. But yeah, he got hype after the win. Fans were dancing with him. Great vibe. Tough when he needs to be, fun when he needs to be. Happy to be there, and it shows. I wish we had 10 more like him, honestly. How do you feel, brother?
Yeah, this was definitely an interesting match because like initially it's announced as a scramble, right? And then they do the Summer Sizzler 9-way scrambler, and you're like, what the hell is going on here, right? And the names just keep coming and coming, and you're like, this is gonna be like a clusterfuck, but it wasn't, right? It was right. It was a good, well-paced match. It was fun. It had some funny moments. It had some high spots. It had everything you could possibly want in wrestling. So, I liked it overall. Again, it's cool to see Sal get these wins because out of all these names, he's the one that's there week in, week out. So it's good to see your regulars get some wins in these matches.
We had Shark Boy is quite the wrestler. I like that. And Lava Girl kind of makes me wonder now, maybe Lava Girl should have also had a wrestling career. Shark Boy did pretty damn good, you know? Casa said, Sturdy followed me back. Going to try and hit him up for an interview as well. He gives me babushka vibes as far as his fun gimmick and ability. Sal, if you're still in here, Casa's cool. They'll treat you well. You ever get a chance, get a hold of them for sure. You and I probably be talking down the road here soon too, brother. I still got a lot of people to finish up, and then I'm going to be hitting up some folks for sure. So we'll get that from there. After this match, no, we'll stop. Was there anything else in this match you wanted to mention, man?
No, I think we nailed it all. I think it was an entertaining match, and I like the interesting concept they spun on to a typical scramble match.
The match was 7 minutes long, and our review was 14. All right, then. After this match, we have a little video package. Bustah and the Brain talked to Ryan O'Neal about him helping Joey. He says, Jordan says, you don't know how much you messed up. So, again, why are the faces trying to get one of the pillars of the company to leave GCW? Please help me, because I am kind of confused. I almost feel like we're missing a promo. Like a promo would clear a lot of this up, right? Wrong?
I see what you're saying, right? Like, even though Joey's a heel at this point, why would you willingly try to get him out of the company? Is that pretty much what you're saying? Like,
well, it's so Jordan and Alec went to Ryan and it's like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, why did you help him win? You know how this is, like, they made it a big deal. And I'm like, why are the two faces trying to get the pillar out of the company?
yeah.
It's this wouldn't happen in the WWE. They just wouldn't allow this story because it's something about it seems off or different, or being fair, I was tired all freaking weekend. I might have missed something important also. So if someone can explain this maybe a little better, but my gauge on it right now is Joey went out there. He had some help from Ryan. Now they're both heels, but they seem surprised by being heels, right? Did they think they were going to be faces after this? Because were they expecting the fans to be happy Joey stays? Or Joe, I'm not very smart. Can you help me out on this one, man?
Now you're confusing me, because I thought it was just cut and dry. Joey's been turned heel slowly over the last couple of months. He's finally recently embraced it. He's convinced Ryan to become heel with him, and they're going to be a team going forward. I thought it was cut and dry, but now
I'm not smart though.
You're throwing out there, what if they were trying to be faces? Like I don't know about that one, but I just think, like, listen, there's a lot of faces at the top of this company. You need some heels to go against these faces. So why not start with Ryan and work your way up?
Well, Rage of Wrestling said it right here. There's quite a few people like you, Joe, that are looking forward to it. They want to see what happens to Ryan. You know, they want to see what goes on with Joey's. I don't know, man. I like something different, and it's only personal preference. I would have liked to have seen how far high Ryan could have gotten and then turn him. But this is only chapter 1, and I'm bitching already. I shouldn't be. I should wait until chapter 2 and 3, because something tells me this is going to eventually be Ryan versus Joey.
Yeah.
Not hating that.
No, round 2.
Larry says they should mind their business and leave Ryan alone. Lucifer, I hope Lucifer, maybe. Maybe something was supposed to unfold at the Janela 20th anniversary show. We had Janela, Bane, and Rush. They were supposed to fight Wayne, Price, and Jordan. Lucifer. I get it now. Yeah. Lucifer, Jordan was either sick or unable to show up for whatever reason. So that was a last minute change. And like you and I were talking, Joe, they ended up moving that card all around.
There was a lot of flip flopping with that card.
Casa said, Rage of Wrestling is my buddy Walter. He did a watch along of both nights of Homecoming. Yeah, every now and then I try to stop in on anybody doing a watch along, just and I try to just say hi. So I want your opinion. Between matches 2 and 3, we had 17 wrestlers and under 22 minutes between both matches. Did you feel this type of match was maybe too similar to the match before it?
No, but it was a little confusing because like, they kept showing us promos for Control Chaos versus I think it was Top Team, its original match, if I'm not mistaken. And then we get a 4-way tag team match, and I'm like, wait, like, what's going on here? Like, why show us that graphic if this was what was going to happen?
Great question. Indie wrestling, I think. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. You know, there's been quite a few show posters with Gage on the front. No Gage showing up. You know what I mean? So wasn't it you and me talking one time where like half the people on the fucking poster wasn't even there?
What show was that?
I don't remember, dude, but I was like, wow. While you're thinking,
was it the show?
I couldn't. I'll be honest with you. That's one answer I would not have if you held a gun to my head for sure.
Yeah, but Controlled Chaos, I think, were the winners of the night.
Yeah, that's what Reed is saying. Controlled Chaos were made. Bill Bruno said, I saw Controlled Chaos at the last JCW show, and I think those guys are great. Would love to see them more. I agree. The Please Come Back at the JCW show for them really put them on the map. And I could have damn near cried on Controlled Chaos's freaking video. He's like, I have this problem and I have to take my ear. Like, I fell in love with the struggle. I went, holy shit, I love this guy. I want to see him succeed, not just at the tag level. Let's give him some time. Let's let him put his self out there. What happens if we have a singles competitor on our hands?
And they're father and son, I believe.
Yep. So just in case someone gets injured, I do believe either of them are good enough to be a singles wrestler.
Well, they are. So quick backstory here. I helped run a show, and there was supposed to be a tag team match between them two and Shooter Boys. Shooter Boys couldn't make it, so they ended up having a one versus one versus each other, and it was an excellent match. It was really good.
Yeah, Deadpool and Wolverine were their inspirations for their gear.
That was really cool.
And Ishmael said he liked the four-way. He felt that the four-way just gave it more action. And I get that too.
One of my favorite matches the entire weekend. It was a great tag team wrestling match. Top to bottom. Never felt like a dull moment. And just overall, the match just flowed so good.
We have fuck you Ryan chants, fuck you Joey chants. Both look confused. Like I said, I feel like a promo would have probably just caught everyone up a little bit. Ryan, I felt, was doing fine as a character on the rise organically. I felt like everybody put so much time into getting him up there, but again, I'm bitching at the wrong time. Yeah, Controlled Chaos, great debut match. I feel like they're more than a story. They go in the ring. Top team, big fans, period. They look great. I bitch about not seeing Jay Lucas enough. Like I said earlier, got to see him more. If I had a choice, I think Leeds Lewis and Marcus Mathers would get matching gear and maybe let them team up together. I
also loved Marcus's back and forth with Joey and Ryan.
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah, that was cool too.
And then the second half of the match, it actually broke down into more of a scramble style. We had spots everywhere. GCW chants flying off the chain. Our winners here was Joey Ryan. Wow. Joey Janela and Ryan O'Neal. Fuck, there's a habit you don't want to have.
There's a name I'm never going to welcome back in.
I'm going to start using Ryan's name first. No shit. Wow. Sorry about that, guys. After the match, Jordan and Price come out. They start yelling at Joey.
This episode's definitely getting flagged. Drake Younger and Joey Ryan the same.
It's all good. I think we've done everything respectfully. You know, there are others firing off way harder, I have a feeling.
For sure.
Yeah, so Jordan and Price, like I said, they come out, they start yelling at Joey. They are not happy at what they've done, what he's done to Ryan. Ryan starts arguing with Bustah and Brain. Joey low blows. Marko enters. There's a scuffle. Ryan and Joey start beating on Marko. The whole thing was just ugly. We'll go into match 4. I mean, okay. Do you want to draw anything else from that? Because I'm so sorry if I did. Was there something else that? Okay, yeah. I had nothing else more to say, and I'm like, shit. How do I get out of that? All right. Our fourth match here out of 6, we have Corinne Joy versus Jimmy Lloyd. I'll keep it simple. I like Corinne. Her entrance is high energy, professional gear. In-ring is solid. Good work with the crowd. One of AR Fox's students. I'm already a fan for that reason alone. His students have done so many wonderful things for GCW. I'm not going deep into the match wrestling wise because it was only 5 minutes long, but both were great. Jimmy did a great job here. The male female dynamic where you see one being lighter than the other and it not being realistic, that was blurred by Jimmy very well. He was a great opening opponent for her debut. Our winner here was Corinne Joy. please come back chants were ringing out. I honestly think maybe they were just asking for Jimmy Lloyd, but I'm pretty sure it was for Corinne. Joe, how do you feel about this one?
Yeah, I think Corinne handled the match great. I think Jimmy early on in the match was trying to tell a story of like proving a point, like just a man's game type of thing, because he really took it to her early in that match. But I wouldn't mind seeing her back. She was entertaining. She played the crowd great. She was able to locate the cameras. Overall, she was excellent.
Okay. Anything else about this match that you can think of?
Shout out to Jimmy for putting new people over like this.
Rage of Wrestling, Jimmy did awesome, making her look good. Two great dancing partners. So much happened in that Ryan and Joey match. Let's see. For Corinne. Oh, yes, of course. We figured it was for Corinne. I don't think Please Come Back was for for Lloyd. I think most people know he's coming back. Yes, here we go. So for those who don't know, Corinne Joy, she was an actual pop star, like a legit one. Bill Bruno, does Jimmy Lloyd have a backstage job with GCW? I don't know. Maybe I like any wrestler, I feel that he probably does give some input for creative. I don't have a direct quote from anybody on if he does anything else. So we could bring Maki Ito over and we could have a girl band fight. Yeah. Battle of the Pop Stars. No shit. It's an idea.
That is
we've seen weirder in wrestling. No shit.
Duty Bagwell in a pole match. What do you mean?
Oh my God. In the Patreon, someone asked if we could have Amy Rose on a pole match. And I'm like, what are we going to do? Tie her by her ankle?
That's great.
It made for a great visual though. Like you just have some lady just hanging from a damn pole.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
You do this whole long read up of this. I'm going to go to the bathroom one more time.
Oh, please go do.
Yeah.
All right then. So after the match, Sawyer comes out. The music is slower. I felt like it was a little odd to cheer for because it is slow, but I do like that it has a rhythm. Some people are standing, some people are sitting. It sunk in like a Sunday morning hangover that we lost Atticus as our champion. The first 30 seconds, he was asking the crowd questions. Some are answering. He gave a general set of statements that most have heard before. He said he wanted to make an impact and then paused. He should have said, I wanted to be a game changer and then paused. Also, don't mention money. He mentioned seeing GCW everywhere on social media. I loved that. I really wish he would have bridged his own fan base, the WWE and the GCW fans, by saying people behind the scenes are watching GCW also. He could say, I was on the outside looking in. GCW is doing amazing things, and I'm seeing the clips everywhere. And like others, I was jealous. I remember my days of killing myself for the love. He's calling back to his love. I miss partying with the fans and the boys. He's talking about his old family and friends. So the minute the shackles came off of me at WWE, this motherfucker right here ran right back to the indies where he started. I know this is where the real fight is. I wanted to be where the big boys find it cool to watch. I want to be in the trenches. I want to be with the fans. I miss my indie passion, and god damn does it feel good to be back. Now that I've been on the outside looking in, like childhood and old friends, I realized I missed this. I was jealous of how much fun everyone's having. Money don't always buy happiness. Could I maybe get some love for a couple seconds? Like he could do that. But I now realize how special, how magical, how important this is to everyone involved, from the fans to the wrestlers to the guys who make sure the ring stays together and the lights stay on. We're all on the same team here. He should be saying things like this. He should be saying, I want to shape pro wrestling. I want to be on the cutting edge of what's next. I want to wrestle the next generation before they hit the big stage. I promise you will see me rip through some of your best talents. I started last night. I'm Joseph Sawyer. I'm here to fuck this place up. Sorry, not sorry. He could have done it as a heel promo, or he could have had a stone cold face promo. but it shows aggression, it shows attitude, and it shows confidence. And those are 3 things that are necessary in our GCW champion. I'm sorry you missed some of that, but I'm almost happy you didn't hear all of that. But what I was doing was recorrecting what he was saying a little bit, because I felt what he was saying was kind of general. So that's kind of where I was going on that. You can read it if you want to later. If not, it's not important. It's just that he gave what I felt was a very general statement, and I felt like he could have really touched it up and make it a little more personal, and maybe use some words in there that could have rallied the fans a little better. I do think he should have acknowledged that he is an outsider right now, but he's working his way back in. I would have liked to have seen that.
Yeah, it did feel lackluster. It did feel, and I'm a big Joseph Sawyer, Joe Gacy, whatever, we're going by this point, Joseph Sawyer. However, I don't know. It lacked, like you had laid out the promo. You would have said it just lacked something. I can't put my finger on it, but
it lacked emotion.
Yeah,
you go back and watch it. You can actually tell he went through the words, but it lacked emotion. That's why I wrote in there. He should have said, now that I've been on the outside looking in, like childhood and old friends, I realized I missed this.
I do wonder though. So I don't know if it came through during like the live, like watching it live on TV, but there must have been a fan like the second or third row who said something that really ticked him off, because the whole rest of the promo and even after, he was jarring with the guy.
Yeah, so I already said this man has had $1 billion machine behind him for half a decade. That's why I'm being tougher. First things first, he should have not went out there and acknowledged the fans for 45 seconds. There was 1 or 2 people talking to him. You have the microphone, get your point across. Don't ask questions of the people they're not going to answer. Just do your job.
Yep.
Go out there and tell everybody what's going on. It also sounded like an outsider. It sounded like someone who's still getting acclimated to GCW. It didn't. So that's why I'm saying we got our legs knocked out from under our table, and a guy's going, "You people." I'm like, no, we're not you people. We're your people. That's why you are our GCW champion. You are not an outsider. It's not us. You are us. I think he needs to definitely brush up on the GCW culture in the last 6 months, because I think that would also help his promos exponentially.
Just
felt I'm being rough.
Okay.
I'm being rough because he is coming from a different place, and he's had some great he's had a lot of time to practice. He's had a lot of great people behind him. So he shouldn't be acknowledging the fans on his first 30 seconds and just kind of letting the fans tell him what to do on the mic. He should be telling them what to do.
Yeah, but I think you're not being hard, because first match and he's winning the title, you need to come out, kick the door down, hit the ground running, and that didn't feel like it happened.
And this should have been a rallying cry.
Yeah,
this really should have. He's
in this company, and this was the first time you really had a chance to talk, and this is what we did. It's lackluster.
Well, he said this is a new era, but he didn't describe what changed in this new era. So I don't know what to get behind, because I don't have the goal. The goal wasn't stated. Another thing that I was saying earlier, Joe, was the fact that he should have also maybe mentioned a lot of guys at the WWE are watching GCW. He should have actually bridged his fans, his WWE fans and his GCW fans. He should have bridged them. Guess what, guys? We're the same. We're all the same. That also would have let the GCW fans know, oh shit, actually we are kind of important down here. Every match is a tryout, like I've been saying.
Yeah, no, I agree 100%.
It would have been better with a build, because there's a lot of people who had no clue who he was. No disrespect to anyone, but unless they watched GCW 6-7 years ago, or CZW all those years ago, they don't know who he is. So, no, I mean, seriously, being fair, my wife was like, who is that? Why did he win? Why did he beat? Oh my God, he beat Atticus. I'm like, yes, he's 20 years in the business. He's a multiple time CZW champion. He's put down some fucking hard work over the years. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So So, I mean, there should have been more catch-up before we got the payoff.
Yeah.
So like I said, if you're going to come knock the fucking legs out from under our table, you better be worth the shit, because you just took out our champion, of which we love, of which we know is highly creative. You better bring it. And that's not a mean way. This is loving. You've had a multi-billion-dollar company behind you. If you're going to knock the fans down like this, you better be ready to pick us up. If you're going to talk about a new era, you better tell us what it's all about. We love you. We want to see you kick ass. We want to see you succeed, because if you bring this company up, we're ready to go with you. And if you're going to be ready to be a leader, we're ready to follow. But we need to know you're in here with us, not coming from the outside telling us, I'm not here for the money. Motherfucker, this is the indies. We know you're not here for the money.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
we know. And honestly, since you have probably paid more in taxes in 5 years than some of the fans have made, don't mention money. Just being fair. Some people aren't making a lot of money. They don't want to hear a guy who worked at the WWE for 5 years talk about money. Again, I'm being rough, but at the same time, I'm being fair. It sounds outsider, and it's going to take some time before he comes inside. He should hopefully take a little bit of time to put a new promo together and make sure that he puts some emotion behind it. We understand you're happy to be here, but can you show us how happy you are to be here? Period. I mean, I'd be happy to be here too if I just came into a company and took the championship.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fuck. No. Yeah. I love it. I'm home. I've had 19 matches. I'm home.
Yep.
No. Number one, no. You've had 220 matches at CZW. That may be home. You're not home here until we say you're home. You beat our champion. Welcome. Now, let's see if you get accepted. The job is ahead of you. This is a test. Everything you've learned, can you carry a company? I mean it. I want to be rough on him because I have high expectations. I heard this motherfucker is the shit. I want to see it. You took my guy out, who's really done a lot for GCW. Boy, you better bring it.
Yeah. Because then
nothing wrong with this.
Next
loving.
Yes.
Just lovingly. Step it up. No, Larry, I'm not upset, trust me. But step it up. Step it up. We have a lot of high expectations. This isn't the indies you left 6 years ago. This isn't fuck around time. People here want to do more than party, and they're trying to get places. All right. People are getting plucked left and right out of this fucking locker room. You're going to have to prove yourself, and I appreciate that. So keep rolling. Keep rolling, man. But yeah, I sounded feel so terrible, but I'm just putting it on him as I want somebody to get behind, and I didn't see the emotion. And I'm sorry, you just won the championship less than 24 hours ago. You should be excited.
Yeah,
like you should be Bear Bronson busting out of the fucking curtain excited.
Why is the most energy we're seeing when you're arguing with a random fan, not when you're cutting the promo?
That shows lack of professionalism. You should know not to do that. That's coming from a fan. You do not let the fans take over the microphone. You were given the microphone. You direct the conversation.
Yep. I agree.
Oh boy. Okay, good. I don't sound terrible. No, not at all. Let's move on before we get more into it. And Joe's about to fall asleep. You ready, Joe? We got 2 matches left, and we're good.
I don't know what's
okay?
going on at my house. I feel like my air just shut off, so it's like 100 degrees in here. So it's like putting me to.
Do you want to go check that shit real quick, and I'll start rolling?
I'm all right.
Sweet.
I'll power through it.
Every dollar we receive, Joe does a jumping jack. But don't go through YouTube. They'll take half the money. So we're only going for 50 cents then. Okay, let's get rolling through the evening here. 3 hours. Fuck, Joe's been up. It's midnight. I'm sorry, bud.
You're good.
All right, then.
I do when I agree to do the show.
That's true, too. I did give Joe the option to start an hour earlier. He's like, nah, dog, I got it. So let's get rolling. Our 5th match, this was the one right before our main event. This was a death match. We had Dr. Redacted versus Beastman, 10 minutes long. They did some serious fighting around the venue. It was cool seeing Redacted bounce a chair off Beastman's head multiple times and then catch the chair. Did you see that?
Yes.
He like smacked him with it, and the bounce back just boom, caught it right back again. He's like, fuck it, might as well go again. He was actually surprised when he caught it the second time. It was wild. We had panes of glass, chairs, light tubes, doors were broken also. Their crash through a double door bridge outside was insane. I thought
that was even set up. So I was like, this guy's drop him on the concrete.
And that's kind of what happened. He landed on his side, like almost without anything to fall on.
Yeah, it was the quick backstory here. So we're matches at the start with my wife. We're sitting on the side where the wrestlers set up like their merch tables and stuff. We're the third row. My wife's like, "Do you think I'm safe here?" Because my daughter had fallen asleep at that point. I was like, "Yeah, you're fine." 5 minutes into the match, they're getting swung and literally land in our chair, and our bag goes flying. My wife's like, "Thank God I moved and didn't listen to you."
Let's see here. Their crash through a double door bridge onto the floor was wild. In the end, Redacted hit the mist. Then he bear trapped Beastman's head and threw him head first onto a trash can. Killer spot, I'll say.
Yeah.
A couple big tube bundles later, and Redacted covers for the win. Our winner in this one, Dr. Redacted. Gosh, there was so much glass this weekend, and this match, same thing. How did you feel, man? Would you take a bear trap to the head?
Absolutely not.
How many thousands of dollars would it take for a bear trap to the head?
5.
You're going 5, so you do 2 for the belly, 5 for the head?
Yeah, being realistic here.
Bro, we're kind of deep into this, but I'll ask you anyway. I have a great question for an interview. I can't wait to ask it here tomorrow. Joe, do you think there's more eyes or legs in the world?
What?
Do you think there's more eyeballs or legs in the world?
I'll say eyeballs.
Okay. Why is that, you thinking?
I think I don't even know. What's the answer?
I don't know. Because I'm thinking, it would be like legs, but then there's fish. And fish don't have legs, and there's a lot of fucking fish in the ocean.
Yeah, that's true.
But then there's insects, and they have a ton of legs, but some of them have a ton of eyes.
Oh my God.
Bro, I can't wait to ask that question tomorrow. I want to hear what Jordan has to say. Anything else on the Redacted Beastman match? I felt like it was a little off at times. I don't know who was off, but the communication here and there was a little weird. I don't know why. They got through the match and it was brutal. So
it was a crash derby. You knew you were getting with this, and it lived up to everything you were expecting.
I'm going to do this out of respect and keep this next match short. This is our main event, the Circus Death Match. Sicko the Clown versus Nino Extremo. 26 minutes and 52 seconds. This match, go watch it. In totality, it is history. I mean this. It is indie wrestling history. There were double rings. One ring was covered in barbed wire. Both won this match, even though the win went to Sicko here. Both are doing amazing things together. I could still see a GCW tag team champ, but I also side with others who say they don't need it. They're great on their own. Why, putting it together?
Yeah. This match was crazy. I was one of the people that said they don't need it. Why put them together? So I'll take full ownership of that comment. I just know what to expect from it. The ring setup was impressive with the amount of time they did it in. The amount of times that they were, you can't see behind the scenes going on. They would jump on the barbed wire. Ring crew would come out, make sure they checked to make sure everything was still stable. Wasn't, they would fix it real fast right there while it was set up. So that was cool, really cool to see in live time.
Rage call him extremely sick. That's a wild one right there. I like it. So let's see here. On God, after that match, Nino was puking in a garbage can at his merch table. Oh, that sucks. That sucks. Yeah. He must have really got rattled hard. So there's the question. What the hell do you do for the third match? You literally just dug deep. I mean, you want to know what would be fun, but I always think of Zona. I think it'd be cool as shit for Sicko and Nino to have to go down to Mexico and battle down there. But I don't know where Zona's at. I think Nino said he's out of Monterey, but man, would it be wild to go down there and have a fight down in the trenches at Zona.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Ishmael's talking about we don't need a trilogy. Yes, sir, we do. Yes, sir, we do. I love you, Ishmael. Ask Joe if they showed the Bailey Pondo in the terminal.
Yeah, they did.
They did show it?
Yeah.
Oh, I asked Brett. He asked Ian Rotten for it. That's how he got the footage. I just didn't know how he was going to get it. I didn't think he was going to call IWTV, you know? Yeah.
But no, listen, this match blew me away. They exceeded what I thought they were going to do. I thought it was going to be a bait and switch, right?
Right.
When you walk in, there's only one ring. You're like, there's no way we're getting 2 rings. There's nowhere else to set up. They set that up right before the main event. So bravo to everyone involved.
Let's see here if there's anything else worth mentioning. Anything else on Homecoming Night 2 that you remember live or worth mentioning?
No, I did mention what I had to about the shirt and stuff like that, but you said you saw it already, so
yeah. Well, there we go. That wrapped up our Homecoming, a healthy 3 hours. You made it, Joe. Thank you so much. You look like you're ready to go to bed soon, so I appreciate you hanging with us, brother.
Yeah, I'll be crashed as soon as we end the show.
Everybody, if you have a chance, tune in tomorrow, Wednesday, of course, August 19th. I have Jordan Castle coming on for an interview for you night owls. This is going to be a fun one. 11 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Pacific is when it starts. We're on Pacific time over here on the West Coast. So 8 o'clock isn't terrible. But yeah, Joe, that's what we used to do. We used to do 8 p.m. Bro, there would be some shows where we're ending at 11 and 12 at night on the West Coast.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, we would have people wake up in England at 3, 4 in the morning to listen to us. It was awesome. Oh, yeah. I've also tossed around. I still like the idea of like a Game Changer World up all night where we just have like a night show once a week. Just answer questions, watch a couple matches, answer questions, kick back. Another time for, another thought for another day sometime. But yeah, 11 o'clock tomorrow. You guys want a late show? We're going to go. I'm guessing it's probably going to run around an hour and a half, 2 hours or so. If you do have some questions for Jordan, please come into chat, put them in here. I don't know, Joe, do you want to come to that one or are you going to chill out? And
I'll actually be in Williamsport tomorrow.
Oh, hell yeah, man. Enjoy yourself.
Little League World Series.
I'm pushing for my Paseo Verde, bro. They're in the World Series. You're going to see them over there. That school is literally a street and a half over for me.
Oh, shit, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, man. They got some fucking pitchers out here. I don't know if there's a coach or what, but yeah. So we'll see what happens, but yeah. Say that again, buddy. I missed it.
I'm seeing if we get them tomorrow. They do not play tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah, man. Oh, somebody said Staten Island's gonna win. Bill Bruno said we need Charles Mason back on here. No shit, guys. Go look up Game Changer. I think it was Game Changer Weekly. We did a Charles Mason interview. He does the entire interview in character.
You were saying that. That's what I'm trying to say. That's dedication to your gimmick.
Listen, man, as a full-grown adult who understands it's all fun, he did a very difficult job. And he sat down and just crushed a bottle of wine and just fucking did his character from beginning to end. We get ready to go off the air. He's like, I will fucking kill every one of you. And then the music hits. I'm like, yeah.
That's great.
But yeah, that's I think everything going on. I do have a name for next Tuesday. I want to hold off until the outside company gives me the okay. If I do not have this person next Tuesday, I should have another person on. Like I said, there is a list there. So, yeah. Anything else you wanted to mention? We get the hell out of here and then Big Joe can go to bed for the night.
Nope. I think we nailed everything.
We fucking nailed everything. All right, guys, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell if you have a chance. For those who donated tonight, geez Louise, thank you so much. Get a hold of me if you want to get another bracelet, or if you haven't got one, get a hold of me. I can get that out to you. You can find me over at GC World Podcast. Joe, where can they find you and what you got going on this week?
Woods Wrestling 3, my Twitter or X handle, turnbuckletimes.com website, and Steel Steps on all social medias every Thursday at 9 p.m.
All right, guys, just a reminder, please try to be kind to each other as much as possible.
Yes.
In the right place, and just be just be kind to each other. Peace and love, motherfuckers. As always, thank you so much for choosing to spend your time with us tonight. We'll be seeing you tomorrow night, 11 p.m., 8 p.m. Pacific. Let's get them out of here, Joe. It's time. There it is. Long live
GCW.
Have a great night, and we love y'all.